Network, the XR4TI, doing a great job. We did Ron Rivera on our podcast yesterday. If you want to listen to that, that's up. That's live. That's episode 327. So look for that. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great Thursday. Come strong tomorrow, right? It's Friday. Come strong because your ass in a war. Right, Bodie? Thanks for listening. See you. We're out. Say, for the ones who get it done, Grainger is offering high-quality supplies and solutions for every single industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and the experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facility safe and your people even safer. So, call, click, Grainger.com, or just stop on by. Grainger.com.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quote based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Advertisement sponsored by Allied Group, not available in all states. This important message from Allied Injury Group reminds you that if you or someone you love was injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, you deserve financial compensation for your medical expenses, lost wages, pain, and suffering. Don't rely on insurance companies to look out for you. If you haven't spoken to an attorney, call our legal experts now. Work accident, truck accident, collision with an uninsured driver, or a slip and fall. Allied Injury Group has helped clients win hundreds of millions of dollars in damages. They're available 24/7 to take your call and fight for you. Remember, if you or someone you love suffered injuries in an accident that wasn't your fault, like being struck by a drunk driver, a collision with an 18-wheeler, were a victim of workplace negligence or more, get the financial compensation you deserve. Call Allied Injury Group for a free consultation now.
Call 800-894-6680. That's 800-894-6680. Again, 800-894-6680.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
You have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let Blue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it, and the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
To infinity and beyond.
He's live. He's nationwide. This is the Zach Gelb Show. Here's your host, Zach Gelb.
Live from the palatial and overly ostentatious Circa Resort and Casino, this is a Thursday edition of the Zach Gelb Show across all the great local Infinity Sports Network affiliates, Sirius XM, Channel 158, the free Odyssey app, and of course, streaming live on YouTube. I have made it to Las Vegas. Last night was at Springsteen, elected after the show to drive to the Newark, New Jersey area, stay at a hotel, and then got up. Probably went to bed at 1:30 a.m., 2 a.m. Eastern time. Alarm went off at 5. Of course, I did have to take a shower, make sure I wasn't an absolute pig coming out into these very fine parts of Las Vegas, and obviously the tremendous Circa Resort. And from there, got on the plane and landed at about 9:30, let's say, a.m. Pacific time today. So beautiful to be out here, and Circa Resort and Casino, hey, they picked up Adam Schifrin, our sales guy, and I in a limousine. Now, I know that they go just to the extra limit here at Circa Resort and Casino. I was not expecting a limousine. And quite frankly, there was a lot of beer. There was a lot of tequila in that limousine. And I couldn't have any of it because I talked to you. Quite frankly, if I'd have it, we could be on cancel watch for one Zach Gelb today. I had an
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
You already know, my guy.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Hey, you ought to see me in the summertime. Drop that, baby. Let's see it.
Yeah, I missed the lunch meeting today.
I love Food Line's magazine section, and I love using the bathroom and clogging it up.
That's nuts. I smash anybody's grandma.
At the Burlington... I have no idea what the just happened.
Tell you what, I'm a turtle saver.
I don't like cocky Clip.
Where is Clip? Clip, what's up, dude?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Ball with the ball, bang the dang, diggy, 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 set the boogie, set up, jump the boogie. Ball with the ball, the bang the dang, diggy, 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 set the boogie, set up, jump the boogie.
Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live. Thanks to my lead-in, Zach Gelb and Kid Rock. I've never seen Kid Rock and intern Jarrett at the same place at the same time. Was that Jarrett getting back at me for me upsetting him yesterday? I guess we'll never know. Where's Chon? What is going on around here? Anyway, we got an awesome show. I'm so excited. And I choose not to hide it. We are live on Pirate Radio 92.7. And we're echoing.
Why are we echoing? there should not be an echo.
Somebody do something with one of these cameras.
Some rookie.
My word. Guys, it's football season. We gotta step it up.
Well, this wasn't my fault.
I thought I had it. I thought I was like, I set up so good today. I was like, first time with the new setup, I got it locked in.
This is all on me. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I'm the head coach of this thing. If my quarterback goes out and sucks, that's my fault.
And it's not even 2 QBs today. It's a 1 QB system, and it's still not working. No QBs work, Clip.
All right. Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live. I was excited for this show. And you know what? It's 3:04. We end at 6 o'clock. We got plenty of time to turn this ship around. Has a game ever been lost on the first drive? No, it has not. So we're going to rally. We're going to puke and rally and come back and win this day. Because I've got a lot of guests to get to on today's show. And I've got to do a good job of time management. That is another key to win a football game. Time management, controlling the clock. Don't let the clock control you. That goes for everyone out there. You get 24 hours in a day. Time is a constraint invented by man. Now, the powers that be kind of sets that a little bit with the way the sun and the moon work. I'm not here to talk about day and night, folks. That's not what I'm here to talk about today. But you control your time. You control your life. Just remember that. And we control this show. And on this show, we will talk to Jeff Nadu coming up at 4 o'clock. We've got a packed hour, too. Going to try to fit all this in. Emory Hunt, one of my favorite guests to talk to. You see him on CBS Sports HQ. You hear his voice calling FCS games. I think he's going to call a lot of Monmouth games coming up this year. But we will talk Pirate football. He'll give us a preview of our first opponent, Norfolk State. Who does he have winning the American? Who is his group of 5 team that's going to make it to the playoffs? Who is his national champion? We will talk about all that with Emory Hunt. We will talk to a guy that watched a lot of bad offense last year, Jim Szoke, of course, from the Panthers Radio Network and right here calling games for East Carolina. We'll get his thoughts on the Pirates and the Panthers and more when we talk to Jim Szoke in hour number 2. Hour 3, we'll go offense and defense. Former Pirate DC, Greg Hudson will be here. Former Pirate signal caller, Caden Norman, will be here as well. How much did the Greg Hudsons of the world pay attention to the Caden Normans of the world when he's on the sidelines directing traffic and giving signals? We'll discuss all that and more coming up in hour number 3. And did I mention in hour number 1? Should have been Cowboys will join us. Jerry and Mark will be playing at the State Theater 1 week from today. We'll talk to the old Cowboys coming up on today's show as well. All right. Jack says the Jets season was lost after the first drive last year. Shut up, Jack. It was a rhetorical question. I was not looking for historical football references when I said that. And you know that. You're smarter than that. Now, today's not the day, Jack. Let's check in with the chat gang. Jerry says, I don't think I'm getting nice radio today. Tyler says, we here. Jerry says, that God for Shirley.
That God.
That God. Jerry also said, Shirley is calm and cool. Let's follow her lead. Yeah, if there's one thing I know about Shirley, she keeps it calm and cool. Calm, cool,
sure,
and collected. The Shirley Rhodes story.
They missed her yelling at the computer in here.
That is true.
The good thing is Shirley says worse things to robotic equipment than she does me. So I'll take that.
That is true.
You will cuss a computer.
Oh, I will dog cuss inanimate objects all day long, but I won't. I try not to do it to people.
We appreciate that, Shirley. Jack said the Commanders and Panthers lost their season on the first snap last year, too. That's just not true. You're trying to be funny, but guess what, Jack? And that's a different Jack. Jack Bowen and Jack Dover. What's up with the
Jack
Jacks?
Bowen, come on, brother. You know better.
He does know better. And so does Jack Dover. They're just being a bunch of Jack A's, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm not talking about Jack A.
Jack A.
I'm talking about Jack
Mary.
A. S. Can you spell cuss words on the air? Kind of like when there's a kid in the car.
Yeah, do you want to go to get some ICECREAM?
Can we do that, or is that against the rules?
I don't know.
Fletcher says women's soccer going for dub number 2 tonight. We talked to Gary Higgins earlier this week on Pirate Radio Live. You can watch that interview at your leisure on YouTube. He is a great guest, A, because he's a good soccer coach, B, because of the way he talks. I'm a simple Southern man who, when I hear a different dialect, it makes me giggle.
Is it Scottish?
Mm-hmm.
Scottish.
Yeah. I do love a Scottish accent.
Look who's checking in. Michael Winstead. What's up,
Hey.
Mr. Winstead? Good afternoon, PRL. Great to hear y'all's voice again. Thank you, sir. And texted with Isaiah when he got picked up by the Jets. Hope he's doing well. More importantly, he said his family was doing well. So glad to hear that. And we're certainly rooting for Isaiah. Speaking of Isaiah, hoping Julius Wood does well, but man, I hated to see the news that Linville Joseph is apparently going to Dallas. And just the amount of Pirates that have worn that star over the years is sickening. I couldn't even root for Dwayne Harris, my favorite Pirate of all time in the NFL. When I was a kid, it was Robert Jones and John Jett playing for those Super Bowl Cowboys teams. Just way too many Pirates turning Cowboys, but happy for Linville that he is still playing and making money. All right, something, I feel a certain way about something for the first time in my entire life.
Oh,
and I'm 42 years of old, years of age, and years of old. As of right now, this is subject to change. But as of right now, this moment, this second, August 22nd, I am more excited about the upcoming college football season than I am the NFL season. And that has never happened to me before.
really?
Yeah.
Never.
I'm an NFL guy. Sundays are sacred. Sundays are for football, and football all day long. Now, a lot of you are saying, hey, that's what college football is for. Well, it is, but it's also a work day all day long. So I can't look forward to it as much. I'm not in my chair. I'm not at a bar. I'm in this chair. I'm talking to you. I'm on a mic. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I'd rather, if you gave me the option of watching football from noon till midnight, would you rather be in the comfort of your own home or sitting in this chair? I'll take comfort of the own home. But man, I guess part of it, I was thinking about why that is. And again, it could change. It probably will change. But right now, I'm more excited about college football. Part of it's Mac McCarthy, who has banned us from talking about the NFL from 3 to 4 on Tuesdays. And we've talked so much college football with Coach Mac. He's got me excited about it. Our previews with Jeff Nadu. Really, the anticipation of something different with ECU football, that there is an excitement of the change that's gone on in the offense. So from an ECU perspective, I am very intrigued by what they're going to put on the field this year. I'm excited about Holt Nailers and Cade Norman joining me on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. That's going to be a new wrinkle that we're going to add, and I think it's going to be awesome having those guys and their insight here. So, and the new playoff format, the new conferences, which in a way I hate, but from a game watching standpoint, I am all in on. It's just going to create for amazing matchups, amazing conference races. I've just never been more excited about a college football season than I am currently. Zach, your thoughts?
I mean,
are you a college guy or a pro guy?
I've always been a college guy, but I guess that's because I didn't realize why you would always be an NFL guy. But yeah, you are always working in here. I don't think about that end of it. Cause,
even before that, I would take a Sunday over a Saturday.
Really?
Because I would say Braves were probably my first sports love. Yeah. First pro sports love was, the Washington Redskins. And I just love those Sundays. And I like watching ECU football growing up, going to games, things like that, but never captivated me like an NFL Sunday. And then you throw in fantasy. And then you throw in other things you like to do on Sunday while watching football. But, man, I am jacked up for this college football season. And we've had some great guests on, and we will today, too. Emory Hunt, looking forward to that chat. I think Nadu and I are actually going to talk some NFL today. Maybe a little week 0. Jamie says, Clip, how do you feel about the Jahan Dotson trade? Another first-round wide receiver bust for Washington.
Where'd he come from?
Where'd he go to school?
Yeah.
Penn State. Russ, that's another reason. Clip, are you big on the NCAA 25 game? Yes. I played 4 games last night because I got my first 5-star quarterback, and his name is Juan Wall. Not John Wall,
that's
but
close enough.
Juan Wall. And he threw his first 2 picks in week 5 last night of the season. But we got to win over number 6 TCU. And that's another reason I'm excited about college football. That game.
You still in Fresno?
No, I left Fresno to go to Kansas.
Wow.
And trying to build a juggernaut there with Kansas. But that's another reason now I'm so far along that none of the players are real anymore.
Yeah.
But like getting to know the players and the teams and the stadiums and all that is just it's a lot of fun. How do I feel about the Jahan Dotson trade? Again, like my favorite player as a kid was Michael Westbrook. Drafted 4th overall, I think, 95 out of Colorado. And I wanted him to be great. Looked like he was going to be great. Turns out he didn't love football and was never great. Had a couple of good seasons. But the Redskins, Washington Commanders football team, if they draft a receiver in the first round, it's not going to work out. That is Rod Gardner. You've never heard of him, right?
Nope.
Went to Clemson. Yeah. So you draft a guy in the first round and trade him a couple years later for like a 3rd and 2 7th-rounders. It's gross.
I've learned that my team is just not good at drafting. I'd rather let other teams draft than we trade. Aside from Cam, I don't think we've ever made a good draft pick and kept them. First round?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 draft picks.
Jamie said, are you buying a Kansas hat? Now, I am at Fresno in my online dynasty league. We're in like week 3 of that. So I'm not buying a Kansas hat, Jamie. I'm not. I love what I'm doing at Kansas, but my affiliation is still with Fresno, who I have plus 21 week 1. Zach does not like that bet.
I do not. I mean, I'm playing against them. I'm have a San Jose State dynasty. They are dogs in that game, so maybe they'll surprise me.
Dogs, isn't it?
They are literal and figuratively dogs.
Who are dogs?
Fresno.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They are literally bulldogs.
And dogs.
Dogs on the field.
Jerry said, I used to enjoy eating an entire cheesecake from the grocery store while watching the Redskins as a teenager. That's a very specific thing to do.
I mean, you guy.
And now you got Red Zone, too. Now I'm getting excited about the NFL.
I'm ready for 2 a.m. on Sunday morning watching Hawaii put 45 up in the first half on Delaware State.
That was Earl's big pick. Earl was talking yesterday while producing the Holt Naylor show. He likes the Rainbow Warriors first quarter and first half.
I mean, Delaware State missed their first flight. I don't know if you heard that. They just got to Hawaii today or early this morning.
Man.
So they are like a day and a half behind at least.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't want to get behind, so let's take a break because should have been Cowboys are in the house. We'll talk to Jerry and Mark when we return. and got a ton of football talk on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. We want to hear from the chat gang as well. Appreciate y'all being a part of this. Shout out to our radio audience. Shout out to everybody out there tuned in to Pirate Radio Live on a packed Thursday, the final Thursday that will not be a game week for ECU football. Our final Thursday without college football, because next Thursday we'll have North Carolina, Minnesota, NC State plays. We'll be at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. Tickets still available. PR927fm.com. We'll talk about that party when we return with Jerry and Mark from Should Have Been Cowboys after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arrgh!
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
There's a special deal at US Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, Barbershop Quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with Harris Real Estate Group, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Josiah Duke from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's that time for a joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
There's a special deal at US Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, Barbershop Quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey, O's fans, on Friday, August 23rd, come out to Oriole Park at Camden Yards and cheer on the Orioles against the Houston Astros at 7:05. Be sure to arrive early. The first 25,000 fans 15 and over will receive a Gunnar Henderson bobblehead presented by Royal Farms. Don't miss out on the last bobblehead giveaway of the season and start your weekend off right with an action-packed night of Orioles baseball. Buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Pirate Radio.
It's never like the same stuff you hear every morning or like every afternoon on talk shows.
You're locally owned, locally operated radio station.
There's always new content.
That's the way I like it.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. You can stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everybody's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. And after work, it's the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Packed show. We'll talk some NFL and Week 0 with Jeff Nadu. We got Emory Hunt joining us to preview the college football season, get his thoughts on East Carolina. Jim Szoke from the Panthers Radio Network and the voice of East Carolina football will join us on the program. Plus, former ECU defensive coordinator and former ECU quarterback Cade Norman in hour number 3. Shirley Rhodes, intern Zach here, and a couple of real-life guys that should have been Cowboys but are not. Mark Pascal, Jerry Coyle will be rocking coming up next Thursday night at the State Theater at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Clip. Hi, Clip.
How are we?
I'm good. We're having technological failure. My headphones aren't working.
They're not working?
I don't care. You know what?
No, I'll get them.
They didn't have headphones in the 90s.
Put them back.
We're a 90s country band.
Wait, they had headphones in the 90s.
That's right, they did.
They were attached to a
Now
Walkman.
we're good. Now I can hear myself talking in a whole different area.
Mark, Jerry, is that your biggest regret in life, not being Cowboys? Because you should have been.
Yeah, I should have been.
Or maybe I just didn't live up to my potential.
Well, there's still time, right?
I want to be the kind of cowboy who doesn't actually work on a ranch.
Right.
It's really hard.
It's kind of like the Marlboro Man or something.
Just burn one and look cool.
That's who I want to be.
I tell you what, you guys can spit out the tracks, though. Mark, you have been at Jerry, too. I remember watching Mark as a young boy. Yeah. Even though you're not that much older than me, but I do remember you, Spare Change, other bands playing around the
Jupiter
area.
Jones was my band as well. I've been playing around Greenville and Eastern North Carolina for some time, Clip, since your beard was brown.
And Jerry, I know Mark personally a little better than I know you, but I've seen you musically. You were also a world famous gambler, I think, in a past life. You've lived an eclectic life. Is that fair to say?
That is very fair to say.
One of my friends used to call you Kid Vegas.
That's right. That's me, Kid Vegas. I'm very sharp. Ask anybody, they'll tell you.
Oh yeah, one time you explained to me your whole baseball philosophy.
First of all, it's a fantastic philosophy and proven. So.
If Jerry was in charge of all professional franchises, no one would ever lose.
That's true.
Right now in college as well.
I'm a born winner.
And born to be a musician as well. You have performed at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party before with other main event band, I believe, and your rendition of Purple Haze still gives me chills to this day.
Well, I do it. You're wearing purple today.
I am.
So
can we expect to see?
90s country's having a little moment right now.
Can we expect to see?
90s country's having a little moment right now. Like there's some even new artists that are making music that sound like 90s country. We're doing all the hits. Like when we're playing, we're like, here's another 90s. This is a good one. And the next song, you're like, here's another 90s country. This is a good one. It's like, well, we picked all good ones.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
That is the trick.
All our songs are really good. They were all like slamming #1 hits. That's the beauty of it.
And I would not consider myself a country music fan. However, you give me some Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson. You give me some old Brooks and Dunn.
That's the thing with this music is that you don't have to be a super country fan to enjoy it. There's some of it's really country, some of it's more poppy. We do like a couple Shania Twain. Jerry's rendition of Man, I Feel Like a Woman is not to be missed.
Top notch. Second only to Shania Twain.
And I'm thinking of songs that are kind of downers. She Used to Be Mine. I don't think you guys will be playing that. You guys want to be upbeat.
There's some downers like, Don't Take the Girl and some of these that are downers.
You're not going to play Don't Take the Girl, are you?
No, well, if we choose to make the entire crowd weep, depends on the crowd. It's
Okay.
up to them.
All right.
They determine.
We're going to slow it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
but it's all party. We're doing party music, fun music. So even if you're not a deep country fan, then you can like it. Or particular if you're not a country fan of what's on the radio now, because that is nothing like the 90s country.
Right. We talked to Blake Prohl a couple weeks ago on the show.
Yeah.
Will he be performing with you guys?
He will. He'll be there. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited to see him. Everybody's seen him on TV.
Yeah.
I may make this declaration right now. I might do some deep snapping. I'm a long snapper.
Are you?
I could do some long snapping.
We've had a lot of long snappers join us on the show. Chandler Honeycutt, Alex Harper.
I'm a long snapper.
I'm a current long snapper. I'm a current long snapper.
Did you play football more?
I did. Yeah.
Where at?
In high school. Apex High School.
Apex?
Yeah, we were terrible.
Were you actually a long snapper?
Well, I long snapped.
Well,
it's a funny story.
There was a guy who was older than me who always was the long snapper, so I never got the long snap.
But you were
on
the depth chart.
I long snapped at every level except high school and college.
So you did make it to the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no higher than that.
Oh, okay.
Down.
Very good.
I was probably the best middle school long snapper in Wake County.
Probably. I have not heard anyone say you weren't. I'll
There's
say
no
that.
definitive proof of that.
Jerry, what about your athletic career?
Oh, I mean, name it.
Jerry was a superstar at Conley.
That's true.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So
at what?
I added super and star to that. He was at Conley.
Football, and oddly enough, nobody cares, but I was an extremely good discus thrower in high school. I know, like I said, nobody
the
cares.
ladies love the discus guys.
They
Like
do.
It's always like, man, the discus guys are stealing the hot chicks.
I mean, what do you want from me?
They spin in a circle real fast.
They throw it really
throw
far.
that heavy frisbee really far.
Yeah, that's why I never got the cheerleader. I never threw a discus. Yeah. Jamie says these guys are funny. Entertainment.
Yeah, well, we're putting on a show on Thursday of next week at the State Theater.
Yeah, and if the music goes bad, Mark, just put the guitar down and break out your 8-minute comedy set.
Well,
That's exactly right.
I think deep snapping, a little bit of long snapping would be a little better.
A little long snapping talk, or actual long snap.
Set up like a target.
Into the crowd. Jerry says you never even call me by my name. Is that 90s?
That is not nice.
Get out of here, Jerry.
It might be early 80s. At the latest, it'll be 70s.
Oh, look who shows
Long
up.
snapper?
Long snap. That's my fellow long snapper.
When you see long snappers on the street, do y'all kind of nod?
We have it's like a Jeep wave. People with Jeeps have a Jeep wave. We have a long snapping wave, too. It's like, hey, we do an L.
Excited to hear you guys coming up next Thursday night. Any more gigs before or after that we should know about?
Yeah, we're actually doing our own show at the State Theater in October.
Nice.
And my handy dandy phone will tell me the exact date. On October 19th.
I feel like Cowboys should have like a rotary. Like you should have to. I don't know how.
Did they have phones? In
I don't think so.
I guess they're still Cowboys.
You would have a Zach Morris 90s cell phone.
We should. Why we haven't, I couldn't tell you. October 19th, that's going to be our first show by ourselves at the State Theater. So we're going to be advertising for that, put some posters up for next week. But we'd like to get everybody that comes and enjoys this at the Pirate Radio football kickoff party to come to that as well in October.
I used to see your name, Mark, on the whatever you call that thing, outside of A.J. McMurphy's that you will be playing. I will not be seeing you there anymore.
Nobody's seeing anyone there.
Do you do any? Y'all do any solo stuff still?
Yeah, Jerry plays all the time.
No.
I play solo all the time. Yeah, Mark
once in a while.
Mark is once in a while, but that's.
I'm playing at Sawyer's Fun Park.
Gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm just not playing music. I'm actually just playing.
There's a ball pit.
He'll be on the trampoline.
Jumping in the ball pit.
Yeah.
No, they have like a nice little bar. They'll sell beer to the grown-ups playing there the night before our State Theater show in October. So on October 18th, I'll be at Sawyer's Fun Park.
Jerry, Mark, individually, do y'all have a website, Facebook, where they can find all your
Best place
info?
is Facebook.
Yeah, best place is going to be Facebook. So if you want to go on Facebook, look me up personally, Jerry Coyle. Or if you want to look up Should Have Been Cowboys, we have a Facebook page as well. You go out there, give us a like, send us a message, let us know if you want to see us at your local, whatever you got going on.
Your backyard.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come to a backyard party.
Hell yeah.
We bring the party to the backyard party. In the backyard.
If you're not even having a party, invite these guys.
It'll be a
20 minutes later.
That's exactly right.
Giant party.
I'll open up with about 10 minutes of long snapping, and then we'll go into the 90s country.
I think we're gonna have to bring a football just to have you snap one into the crowd.
I'm not trying to brag, but here goes. I was a really good long snap. I don't know how else to say it. I never snapped it over the guy's head. It's like a very high velocity.
What I want to
nice
know,
tight spiral.
What I want to know is your college eligibility already run out, or did you get recruited?
I don't think so. This could be a Billy Madison.
If Mike Houston's gonna be, if Coach Houston's going to be around, maybe we should get
Billy Madison.
Yeah, and it makes me think, why haven't we had a Billy Madison sports movie where he's not just going through school, he's doing the athletics part?
There has to be one.
Yeah, there probably is.
Like old school, like somebody going old, somebody.
Well,
going
Billy
back
Madison,
doing
they have the
sports.
dodgeball.
It should be based on long snapping.
Right.
This is write this clip.
The longest yard, long snapping.
The longest snap.
Yeah, there
you go. You need to write this.
Yeah. We are raising awareness for long snappers around here.
We're a tight-knit, misunderstood community.
Mark, Jerry, thank y'all. Anything else we need to know?
Next Thursday, it's sort of an early, like after work kind of deal, right? Like starting up, I think, at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yep, 6 o'clock. So, come on in after work and enjoy the show and have some adult beverages and have a good time.
Yep. Next Thursday, August 29th, State Theater, right here downtown. Pirate football kickoff party. It's going to be a fantastic time.
We'll have football on the TVs. We'll have the stars on the stage. It's going to be something for everybody.
There's stars coming?
Oh, yeah. Former long snapper Mark Paskey.
Blake Prohl,
the greatest
actual star,
the greatest baseball betting mind in the world, Jerry Cole. They'll all be there.
That's right. That's
good. Vegas.
All right, Jerry, Mark, looking forward to it, man. Gonna be a blast.
Thanks, bud.
Next Thursday night, 6 to 9, State Theater. Tickets available now. PR927fm.com. All right, your horses are ready to go, so we'll let you guys skedaddle. We'll take a break when we return. How about we hear from Emory Hunt from CBS Sports HQ. We'll talk some Pirate football, his pick for the Group of 5 team to make the playoff, his national champion, and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
Are you ready, Pirate fans? Free Boot Friday is back. Downtown Greenville Partnership invites you to Free Boot Friday, the official pep rally for ECU football. Join fans for live music from Trainwreck, food trucks, beer garden, family activities, and so much more. The Free Boot Fun takes place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. each Friday before ECU home football games at 5 Points Plaza. Visit downtowngreenville.com for more information, and as always, go Pirates.
This is your What's New update brought to you by the new Greenville Auto World. What's new? The new Greenville Auto World has new owners, a state-of-the-art service repair facility that can help you with tires, state inspection, AC repair, and more. Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle and offers great monthly oil change specials. What's new? You making a service appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 across from the Speedway of Bells Fork. Pirates supporting pirates.
Dirty Dan's is the best spot downtown for live music and the official after party for the Pirate Radio football kickoff party August 29th featuring Dalton Davis. Hey Casey, tell them what Dirty Dan's is all about.
Dirty Dan's has karaoke, line dancing, acoustic acts, and full bands every weekend. We also have the largest TVs downtown for all your sports games. Show your ticket for the Pirate Radio party and receive free entry for the after party.
Dirty Dan's is located on 4th Street next to the parking garage. Follow us on Instagram for daily lineups and come out to Dirty Dan's for some unclean fun. Pirates, let's get dirty.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Opportunities await for all students in Pitt County schools. We open doors by finding pathways to provide the best possible chance of success for each to reach their career aspirations of choice. As we head through the 2024-25 school year, we will continue to guide our students for the different journeys of life preparedness. We are committed to enhancing academic achievement and developing personal growth through work-based learning of our many career and technical education programs, college readiness, and solution saluting those who will be serving our country in the armed forces. Engaging, empowering, and elevating students to be successful citizens, workers, and leaders in a global economy remains our mission. Please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org to learn how we grow minds and invest in our future through 38 schools and one community. Education, the key that unlocks doors of opportunity.
Party like a pirate Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring special guest, former ECU Pirate and American Idol musician Blake Prohl. Party like a pirate Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. The Pirate Radio Party is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle, and also by New Blue, Orthopedics East, Halloween Express, Greenville Utilities, David Price Construction, UBE, Tiebreakers, East Coast Grading and Utilities, Wilson Jones Griffin CPA, Ron Ayers Motorsports, Town Insurance, The Buck, and Dirty Dan's. Pirate Nation, get your tickets at pr927fm.com for only $10. And we'll see you Thursday night, August 29th.
To apply, and you're not. And thirdly, the code is more what you'd call guidelines than actual rules.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006 and are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We'll have a Best of Friday, a 2024 ECU football preview, all our Media Day interviews, and some other great interviews from the summer and lead up to football, including Phil Steele, Holton Ahlers with Blake Harrell, our chat with Ross Gordon, play-by-play voice of Norfolk State. So that'll be a great show coming up on Friday, and might hit some of this one because I got a feeling this will be a great college football interview as well with one of my favorite college football guests to talk with every year, Emory Hunt, CBS Sports HQ. You see him on TV, you hear his voice calling games, and he joins us here to talk football on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Emory, appreciate your time. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, man. As always, appreciate you bringing me on.
Absolutely, and love talking football with you each and every year, and excited for this football season approaching. And, you know, we're covering things from an ECU perspective, but also nationwide. I'm a bit hypocritical, Emory. I hate the realignment and the taking away of traditions and rivalries and things like that, but I don't know if I've ever been more pumped up for a college football season because every week we're going to have awesome matchups. So during the off season, I don't like the kind of new world of college football. During the season, it's going to be awesome. So I guess I'll be hypocritical in that way.
Yeah, and it's funny because this year I feel like we're going to get arguably the most competitive year of college football since the 2020 COVID season, where you really didn't know much about anybody or who was coming back or whatnot. Maybe it was 21 season. But this year, because of what's at stake, I feel like it should bring highly competitive, entertaining games from week 0 all the way to week whatever, at the end, but when it's all said and done.
Man, I'm fired up, and East Carolina will open up with Norfolk State. I'll get your take on the Spartans and also their game coming up with Florida A&M this Saturday night on national TV. But starting with the Pirates, Emory, Mike Houston named Jake Garcia the starting quarterback. He was in a battle with Caden Hauser. We all kind of assumed since Caden Hauser got here first, he would be kind of handed the reins, but it became a quarterback competition, and Jake Garcia was able able to win that competition. So, Emory, East Carolina last year, solid defense, 2 wins because the offense couldn't do anything. They've revamped that with a new offensive coordinator, John David Baker from Ole Miss, and new quarterbacks, new weapons at receiver. What's your take on 2024 East Carolina football, and can you at least tell the fans that it will be better than it was a year ago?
Oh, it'll be way better than it was a year ago because you got a lot of guys coming back defensively, and that's where they were solid last year, which means you can go from solid to really good on that side of the ball, especially in the secondary. Big fan of what they have in the secondary with Rebel back there, the lone corner, who's an NFL guy, in my opinion. And Rajay Harris is someone we've talked about for years. Feels like he's been there for, but I'm glad he's back in the fold, glad he's healthy. And this new running back, this new offense should help him get back to what we saw from him as a freshman, right, where he should have some gaping holes to run through and show that spark that he showed early in his career, because I'm still a big fan of what he brings to the table. So that by itself should help them close out games, win some closer games, and put some teams away as well. So I feel like because of the new change in offense, the focus on playing fast, and with the defense returning a lot of those guys back, you should see a 2-10 team, swing the pendulum very strong in one direction to get 8 or maybe even 9 wins.
That would be fantastic coming off a 2-win season. Emory, we talked to a lot of folks here on Pirate Radio. Phil Steele joined us. He has UTSA winning the conference, but Memphis as his most talented team in the conference. So it could go either way there. We've talked to gamblers and other folks that follow college football. Seems to be Memphis, UTSA, and maybe Tulane as the top tier of the AAC. Are you going with one of those 3 to win the league this year? Who do you like most in the American?
Well, that's the trick question. I like Tulane's defense the most and their ability to run the ball. I like Memphis' ability to score. The problem is, can they stop anybody? That's the biggest Memphis. And UTSA, I think their defense is solid. They can score too, but can they play defense when they have to get stopped? And so for me, it's probably going to lean more toward Memphis and Tulane as opposed to UTSA and anyone else, because when you think about Tulane, I know Ty Thompson, the former Oregon Duck, is there. They have a great running back in their own right, and their defense is going to be really good once again. So Tulane probably gets the nod, but Memphis, man, it's hard to ignore Seth Hennigan and what he does throwing the football and that offense and what they can do. But I truly have issues trusting their defense. But maybe they surprise me this year. Maybe their defense is find some stops. And they can find a way to really make, because what Memphis has that a lot of people don't have, they have that style point factor where people will look at the box score, a lot of people that vote, and see 63-28 and be like, oh, man, we got to get Memphis in this.
Yeah.
And that's where Memphis can cause a lot of problems for teams throughout the week. Their biggest game is going to be like September 14th when they take on Florida State.
Yeah, big one there in Tallahassee. Talking to Emory Hunt. Emory, another reason Pirate fans, Tiger fans, Green Wave fans, and others are excited is because the college football playoff expanding to 12, and there is a spot for the highest-ranked Group of 5 champion. So do you have the American champion up there at the top as a contender to make it to the playoff, or are you going elsewhere? Boise, Liberty, there's some other popular choices, somebody out of the Sun Belt. Who do you like to represent the Group of 5 in the playoff this year?
I hate that this is the way it has to be for now, because I feel like this is a great year for a Group of 5 team to get multiple teams in, because this is how good these teams are. And unfortunately, because of how the schedule is, we may see some cancel each other out, because East Carolina plays Liberty, right? One of those teams you talked about. So I lean more toward Texas State out the Sun Belt Conference. I feel like Texas State, their offensive line is just huge. It's massive. So they can go toe-to-toe with some of these Power 5 programs at the point of attack. And then they bring in Jordan McLeod, who was one of those guys that helped lead James Madison last year. I think he was a senior, but he had another year. So he's, along the lines of Dylan Gabriel and all these other guys that have like infinity years of college football eligibility at quarterback. And so getting him after the whole fiasco happened when they was trying to get Aloria, and therefore T.J. Finley left, who led them to a bowl game last year, and they were able to get McLeod, which helps them out because he's a senior-laden guy, stable on offense. And with the defense, the way they played last year, even losing Brian Holloway at linebacker, Texas State, to me, I feel like will represent the Group of 5 in that auto bid. But, man, when you talk about the best 12, I can see one of these other teams, Liberty, we talked about East Carolina, we talked about Tulane. One of these teams are going to be in that mix, too, to where their resume and how they play on the field warrants them more so than a mediocre 9-3 team from a Power 5 conference.
And it's exciting, Emory, because, man, all the scoreboard watching that's going to be going on. You mentioned the canceling each other out games. East Carolina has, App State and then Liberty and then UTSA back to back to back, UTSA being a league game. But those are almost early playoff games for these teams. And still early in the season, those are September games. But you could look at them as elimination games when it comes down to it. So week to week, it's going to be exciting no matter what league you're in this year with the playoff implications. And speaking of that, I said it at the top, I'm excited about all these matchups this year. Football fans are going to have to retrain your brains when you look at Texas in the SEC, Oregon in the Big Ten, Utah, and all the eclectic mix of teams in the Big 12. That is a crazy conference. But how about the playoff when it comes to the big boys, Emory? Is it Ryan Day's year? Do you think Oregon can go in and win the Big Ten? If Utah wins the Big 12, how far can they go in a playoff? Or, is the SEC king like it usually is? What do you think about who's standing at the end of this season?
I like Texas, man. I really do. I feel like Texas has enough, despite losing what they did, in the backfield. They have enough on both sides of the ball to really go far. And because they're built how Georgia and Alabama are built up front, that gives them a chance to win multiple games in a playoff format, which is why I like Texas. But, man, this is wide open, to be completely fair and honest. When you really break these things down, you go to, okay, who has the O-line, D-line, right? That's why everybody always kind of hovers around Alabama and Georgia. But you also look at Oregon. They're built the same way. They're good on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and they have a lot of playmakers at the skill position and also on the back end of the secondary that can turn the ball over. So they can compete, and they got a veteran quarterback. In the Big 12, who has the best quarterback? Well, Colorado does. But does Colorado have enough depth to really win the thing? I mean, I feel like Colorado can finish 8-4, but now that throws off a whole monkey wrench in the Big 12. But I truly feel like Oklahoma State, with their 20 starters returning, including a veteran quarterback in Alan Bowman and arguably the best back in the country in Ollie Gordon, they have a chance to not only win the Big 12 but also go far too. But can they get past their own inconsistencies in big games? They'll play a big game, they'll win the big game, and they'll come back and lose to Oklahoma A&I. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens to those teams. But that's why I feel like everywhere we go, it's wide open this year.
Yeah.
And it's truly going to be something to watch from start to finish.
Emory, I got a Kansas dynasty going on college football, and I lost my second league game the other night and I was like, man, I'm out of the conference race, won't make it to the playoff. Looked at the standings, and like every team in the Big 12 had 2 losses. That's a video game, but that's going to be real life too. Without these divisions now, without the SEC East and West, without the Coastal and the Atlantic and the ACC, there's just going to be log jams, if not at the top, for second place. So I saw the SEC came out with like 6-7 different tiebreaker scenarios for their teams to make it to the championship. And that fascinates me too. When we get into week 8, week 9, week 10, you talked about how wide open this thing is nationally. It's like that in the conferences too. It's just going to be really exciting.
Absolutely. And that's why I feel like I put a tweet out there the other day. I want to say maybe it was yesterday. We're glad we have the playoff the way it is. And more teams are invited, but this is a situation where they're going to try to sandwich a 8-4 Alabama in the quote-unquote strength of schedule, because in the preseason they rank all these teams in the top 25. So therefore, when they start beating each other, they be the top 25 teams. But in reality, it should be, if you are going to go through a gauntlet in your conference, because the conference gets the auto bid, man, think about how important conference games is and how competitive they'll be, and how much you would have proven that you deserve to be in the postseason if you win your conference. So therefore, every FBS conference winner should get an auto bid, and then you could play around whatever. You could stockpile the last 6 teams with all your favorite brand name teams that finish 9-4 or whatnot, that we satisfy those folks that only focus on those brand name teams like Penn State or, those type of squads. But, man, reward the teams that win the conference, no matter if it's the MAC or the ACC or the AAC. Let those teams win and let those teams get in and prove that they shouldn't belong by how they play on the field.
Emory Hunt joining us. You can see him on CBS Sports HQ. He'll be calling some action this year. Another reason we like having Emory on is because he knows it all, including the FCS. And East Carolina will open up with Norfolk State this year. Norfolk State, a big one to start the season, week 0 against Florida A&M. That'll be 7:30 Saturday on national TV. So, Emory, what do you think about East Carolina's first opponent, Norfolk State, and also their matchup against Florida A&M coming up this Saturday?
Well, Norfolk State, if you remember, I had that game last year, that wild finish that went viral between Norfolk State and Virginia. So that was a fun game to watch. But what I learned about Norfolk State in that game and later on in the season when I had another game is that they are legit good up front on both sides of the ball. So they can run the ball. They can hold their own at the point of attack. Otto Coons is not going to be the starting quarterback. He has some NCAA issue. So they have a new starting quarterback in there, which changes things that, from what I remember them offensively. But I do know this would be a good test for East Carolina's point of attack because Coach Odom does a fantastic job at not only preaching point of attack play, but coaching those guys. And those guys do a great job of showing that they not only can play up front, but also they have depth in that regard as well. Outside of on the skill positions, that's where East Carolina, I think, will do a good job of just running away with this ball game. But it'll be a good test for these quarterbacks because of what what Norfolk State can do from a pressure standpoint. And against Florida A&M, I think the Rattlers are the best HBCU team in the SWAC. Outside of the MEAC with Morgan State looks to be the top of the class. So FAMU shouldn't have any problem against Norfolk State. They're just going to tenderize them for you guys next year.
There you go. Emory Hunt joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at FBallGamePlan. Follow him on X, I should say. Emory, while I got you here, a couple other things. Georgia Tech becoming a very popular dog, at least for folks that make picks and things like that. So I want to get your take on that game. Also, SMU Nevada going on this weekend. We got an FCS team who is a double-digit road favorite, Montana State against New Mexico. You got any action going week 0 here, Emory?
Always, and it's weird because of the game that you brought up with Montana State. That number just jumped again to 13.5.
Man.
Listen, I get Montana State is good, and I love how touchdown timing a lot operates that offense. But Bronco Mendenhall won't let the New Mexico Lobos go out there and get embarrassed at home to an FCS team in its first game. If anything, this may be the best game New Mexico plays, right? So I would take New Mexico in the points there. I also like Georgia Tech plus 11.5, too. I just feel like when you're playing a team first, which means you had all spring and all summer to work against this game plan. And Georgia Tech wasn't as bad last year as people think. They have some dogs out there and they can play. I'm a big fan of Haynes King. And do we really trust DJ Uiagalelei on a consistent basis to elevate this passing game? I know we're putting a lot of stock in Mike Norvell's ability to really rehabilitate a quarterback like he did with Jordan Travis, made him a superstar. I mean, can we expect that with DJU in his 17th year of college football in the 17th school? At some point, your consistency matters. That's why I think this game is a little bit too inflated points-wise. It'll be a lot closer, in my opinion. I will take them. And I love that SMU now finally is playing big-time, quote-unquote, big-time football. They've been trying to do this since the early 80s, since they got the death penalty. And now they get to have a seat at the table and run, show everybody how much money they got. They wanted to see this game. So I like them to run away with that game against Nevada.
It does feel kind of appropriate, right, Emory, that they were playing pretty big-time football illegally, I guess, then, and now everything they were doing is legal, and here they are back on a bigger stage. So there you go, Mustangs fans. Emory, we'll let you run. Once again, follow them on X. I wish I hadn't looked at your page today because your top tweet is a retweet about Jahan Dotson, another failed Washington first-round receiver pick who who was just traded to the Eagles. Before I let you go, can you at least tell me that I'll have fun watching Jaden Daniels for Washington this year? I'm excited about him, Emory. I should be, right?
Absolutely. He is someone that has played a lot of games, and the biggest attribute that he was my number 2 quarterback in class, and the biggest attribute I had for him was that nothing seems to faze him. He plays the best in the tightest of moments. So when the game is on the line and you need a situation where he has to drive you down to get points, he does that. He's done it consistently at both Arizona State and at LSU. Remember that 2 years ago, his first game at LSU against Florida State, drove them 99 yards for what looked to be a game-tying touchdown. They was going to send them to overtime, but the kicker missed the extra point. But that's the type of stuff he brings to the table. He's never rattled, never frazzled by pressure, and can handle those moments, which is why I think he's going to do great in Washington.
Emory Hunt, one of my favorite guests. We cram 30 minutes or an hour into about a 15, 20-minute segment. So I appreciate you joining us as always, Emory. We'll do it again down the road. For people that want more information and more from you, where can they find it?
Follow me on Twitter at FBallGamePlan. And check me out this Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on ELF Game Pass. I also, this spring and summer, I've been calling European League of Football games.
Wow.
It's the week of the regular season, and I have the Warsaw Panthers versus the Prague Lions. Great way to end the season. So check it out on ELF Game Pass. So I do it all now, worldwide now.
Very cool, very cool. Emory, thanks so much, man. We'll talk to you again down the road.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
There is Emory Hunt, CBS Sports HQ, joining us on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live to get you ready for the upcoming season, and a couple of Week 0 picks there as well. See if Nadu has anything for us Week 0, and talk some NFL in Hour 2 with Jeff Nadu. Also, Jim Szoke, play-by-play voice for ECU football, also part of the Panthers Radio Network, will join us in Hour number 2 as well. Greg Hudson, Caden Norman in Hour 3. Great football show for you, and we got 2 hours left of it. And we'll continue on after this.
What's up, Pirate Nation? Are you guys ready for some ECU football? Because we are here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And to kick this season off, we're doing 90 days till first payment on all Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams. Also, up to $9,500 off new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 2-row and up to $7,000 off the 24 model Jeep Grand Cherokee 3rd row. Don't forget to check out our huge selection of affordable used vehicles starting from $699 and up. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
Come experience Greenville's newest theater, Golden Ticket Cinemas, located on Greenville Boulevard near Cracker Barrel. With stadium seating and reserved luxury recliners, you can enjoy the movie along with great concessions such as L House sliders, delicious wings, pizza, and hot dogs. And they even have milkshakes. You can always find great deals at Golden Ticket Cinemas, such as $5.50 Ticket Tuesdays and free family movies at 11 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style with luxurious amenities and top-notch service at Golden Ticket Cinemas.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
It's
hot outside, but you won't break a sweat using ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate for your next home sale or purchase. Our experienced agents help you stay cool while navigating the home buying or selling process. Uncover your next treasure today by visiting encpiraterealty.com. And remember, at ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate, we close the deal or someone walks the plank. Go Pirates.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is Captain Bo Brooks at Pirate Waters Outfitter in downtown Washington, North Carolina. For the month of August, we're having a 30% sale on all clothing items. Come on down and check us out. We have Turtle Box, Bahio sunglasses, Duck Camp, Marshwear, AFCO, and Grundon. You going fishing? We're stocked up with reels from Florida Fishing Product, new fly selections, and a full line of Smithy cast iron cookware. Don't forget our sale, 30% off till the end of the month on all our clothing items. We are Pirate Water Outfitter.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. You can book today at AA.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Pick Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly, and choose less stress when it comes to moving, and choose Advanced Moving and Storage. They're locally owned and operated. They don't share trucks, and they guarantee your delivery date. Get a free quote today at advancedmoversnc.com or give them a call at 321-3200. Make the transition from your present to your future with ease with Advanced Moving and Storage. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Busy hour number 1 leads into a busy hour number 2. We got Jim Szoke, football voice of ECU. Also part of the Panthers radio network, joining us later on this hour. We got Greg Hudson, former ECU defensive coordinator, Cade Norman, former Pirate QB, joining us hour number 3. Real quick, before we get to Jeff and Nadu, Chandler Honeycutt, left side.
Strong side.
Good to see you, Chon.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Welcome in. Hey, don't tell my wife, but Ariel Epstein sent me a video earlier today.
Judy!
She texted me a video.
A video of what?
Gavin Williams taking the mound at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, was she there in person?
Yes, she
Awesome.
was there. And Gavin, he did something pretty cool he can tell his kids about one day. Gave up a home run to Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
The Bombers up 6-0 over the Guardians on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by the Buck.
Da Buck.
Gavin Williams goes 4 1/3, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, struck out 5. Not a terrible showing from Gavin, but just like it always happens, no run support for Gavin today. Guardians shutout in New York. We'll talk some football now with Jeff Nadu, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Jeff, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Clip?
Doing great. Another day closer to football. In fact, 2 days away for some real football. Week 0. We'll talk about that. And talk a little NFL with you today, Jeff. And I don't know if it's the biggest NFL news, but it's news for me and you as Commanders and Eagles fans. The rare in-division trade, Jahan Dotson traded to the Eagles a couple years after Washington makes him a first-round draft pick. They send him off for, I think a couple of 7th and a 3rd, something like that. What's your perspective on getting the former Penn State wide receiver, Jeff?
Yeah, I think one of the issues that this team had, look, this is a pretty good roster. In fact, a very good roster on paper. But one of the things going into training camp or preseason football was, who was the third receiver? That Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown is terrific. You get a great running back and a good tight end, but they were getting guys off the street. John Ross, who at one point was with the Bengals, he was maybe slated to be it. Johnny Wilson, a guy they brought in from Florida State, they were trying maybe him, but they needed to make a move, and this is kind of the perfect guy for them. This is a guy, as you know, caught 49 passes last year, 518 yards, just kind of the guy they're going to need. Look, is he going to get a ton of targets? No, he's not going to get 83 targets like he did last year, but they really needed a third receiver, and I think on paper, this is really at this point one of the strongest offenses in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of helping out the Eagles here. I don't know what exactly went wrong with Dotson in Washington, but did have a bit of a sophomore slump. A new coaching staff comes in. Whatever it was, the fit wasn't right. And now Washington, I don't know what we're doing. We're kind of scrambling. We brought in Martavis Bryant a couple weeks ago. I know they do like the rookie Luke McCaffrey, brother of Christian, but very interesting move here. The most famous for me anyway, Jeff, Eagles-Washington move was Andy Reid dumping off the corpse of Donovan McNabb when he was too old to play football, and he goes to Washington and stinks pretty much. And I was a McNabb fan coming out of Syracuse. I wanted Washington to draft McNabb. I didn't want him 12 years later. So it always weirds me out trading in a division like that, especially to a team that is primed for potentially a Super Bowl run like Philly.
Yeah, I also remember, too, when one of my favorite Eagles, when the Eagles grabbed Brian Mitchell. He was released finally. I think it was like 99 or 2000, and the Eagles went and grabbed him. And, he did some all right things here. I mean, he ended up being, I think, one of the the leaders in punt return yards. So, yeah, we've definitely done them over the years with them. But, yeah, look, this definitely strengthens the Eagles. It definitely shores up that third receiver spot, and it gives you something in the slot. You can also put on the outside. So, yeah, the Eagles look very good on paper to start the season.
Sean, can you pull up some NFL division futures and NFC and AFC futures? I want to hit on that with Jeff Nadu today. And, Jeff, let's talk about the NFC East, where you're going to have it's the haves and the have-nots. And right now the Eagles have – the Cowboys have a little less, but I'll put them in the haves, and then Washington and New York in the have-nots. So if you're taking a division winner there, you're going to go either Philly or Dallas. I haven't looked at it. I guess Philly's is that. Can you get a plus number on Dallas, or I guess you got to, and Philly's probably a minus, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean the Cowboys are around $1.75, 2-1.
Yeah,
the dog. Eagles are a deserving favorite. Listen, I think the Cowboys. There's a couple of things here. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb getting that situation kind of figured out. But outside of that, this group's starting running back is Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I don't know what exactly you have there. You lose Tony Pollard. Defensively, I kind of like what they have. I like Diggs a lot at corner. Does Micah Parsons love football? I think that's the big question. I mean, you seemingly see him more talking about his podcast. I think on paper that's a good defense, but I just don't think they're as good as the Eagles. We'll see what their offensive line is. I do like Dak Prescott, though. I'm more of a fan of his than I'm not. A lot of people wonder about him, and obviously can he win in the playoffs. But when it comes to the NFC, I can't put the Cowboys in the top 3 or 4. I think the Eagles are a deserving favorite. They should probably be around where they are to win this division.
In the South, I've said this all summer, Jeff, and now we get to the fall. I want to hear your take on it. Trying to be a smarter, better, and you help educate me and the listeners on that. But in the South, seeing the Falcons as minus just completely turns me off to them. So I immediately go to, all right, I'm taking either the Saints or the Bucks. I'm not ready to take the Panthers. I mean, the Bucks won it last year. They are plus money this year in the NFC South. Are we like the minus in front of Philly and aren't afraid to take that in the East, I think, but are you afraid to take that with the Falcons, or you think they've done enough with Cousins and the weapons they have on offense that they will win this pretty weak division?
Yeah, I'm not sure that I would make them a favorite. I think every team in this group should be plus money. I'm not running to a minus price on the Falcons. That said, I mean, I think the one knock I had on this group last year is they were just putrid throwing the football. Look, I liked Desmond Ritter at times, but look, he's just not the guy. They needed to make a change at quarterback, and not only did they go out and get Kirk Cousins, a guy who's a damn good quarterback in the NFL, but they have a kind of a guy in waiting in Michael Penix Jr. I like this offense. Bijan Robinson is, as I think, a star. Drake London's a guy that I think can kind of be one of the next good receivers. They actually have one of the, in fact, easiest schedule in the NFL. They do have the easiest. Saints are a little bit worse as far as schedule, but they have an easy schedule as well. I just, to me, like Kirk Cousins more than I like Derek Carr. That said, I agree with you. I'm not running to lay a price. Look, consider this. The Eagles and the Falcons are the same price to win their division.
Yeah.
I think the South is a lot more open. I think the only team that can win this division is Carolina. We'll see if Baker Mayfield can have the same season that he did last year. But I think the Falcons probably should be the favorite, but I'm not laying a minus money price.
You say every team should have a plus in front of them. That is the case with the North, with obviously the Lions are the favorite, but man, the Packers right on their heels. And man, I would probably have to get a higher number to go with Chicago. I think that they're going to be much better. They could win this thing, but I'm seeing them at like plus 300. I thought that number would be a little higher. But Jeff, you get a plus in front of the line. So if you think they continue to rise, or go with that, or the way Jordan Love played last year, especially in the playoffs and things like that, if you think the Packers can do it, you can get plus in front of all these teams. So where do you go there in the North?
Yeah, I couldn't believe this. I thought the Lions were significantly better than everyone else here. Look, I like what the Packers did last year, making the playoffs. But remember, Detroit won this division. I think they've gotten, better. I don't know if they could have got worse. I mean, I think defensively they're better. I think getting Teron Arnold. I mean, he's the best corner in this draft. You get him to play right corner for you now. All of a sudden, that makes that secondary significantly better. We know Jared Goff is turned into a really good quarterback in the NFL. They have a great coaching staff there. I will say, though, the Bears at 3-1 is an absolute joke. I mean, that 3-1 on the Bears. What did they win? 4 games last year? Caleb Williams is going to immediately make them right up there with a division contender. I have them more at like 6-7-1.
Yeah.
I think them to not make the playoffs is a pretty strong bet. They have a decently tough schedule. To think they're just immediately going to switch it up. Remember, that offensive line still has major question marks. I don't see a bunch of playmakers here. Look, I like Caleb Williams, but to put him up there with Jared Goff and Jordan Love as a guy to win this division, I don't see it. And to me, the Lions are still better than Green Bay. I think Green Bay will still make the playoffs. I think they're a team to keep an eye on. But, with St. Brown and with everything that Detroit have, I'm still going with them to win this division.
And then the biggest number, Jeff, I haven't seen the Chiefs yet. We'll get to them in a moment. But the Niners, huge favorites to win the West. Is this either take a flyer on the Rams or stay away? Or are you willing to put up that big of a number for San Fran to win their division?
I think that's a fair number. I mean, obviously, San Francisco is very talented. They may have the best roster in the NFC on the offensive side. We know they're very good on defense. They're just a surefire team. The Rams, look, you have to wonder, what are they after Aaron Donald? Can that defense kind of rectify those changes? Matthew Stafford's another year older. He's still a very good quarterback. Can you still get what you got? Puka Nacua had an unbelievable season. Can he continue that? There's still some questions there. So, yeah, I think the Niners should be a favorite. There is kind of a surefire roster that you have in the NFL with a great defense. It's getting to the playoffs and winning is another story. But, yeah, I think that's a fair number. Maybe Seattle you take a shot with Geno Smith and the magic they have there. And I think, obviously, DK Metcalf and what they have on the outside is pretty solid, good offensive line, a solid defense. I don't know. Maybe you take a flyer with them, but I'm not going too heavy.
Breaking it down with Jeff Nadu. Follow him on X at Jeff Nadu. And, speaking of a hefty favorite, we go to the AFC and the Chiefs. Big favorites to win the West, obviously. The second best number there is the Chargers. Jeff, is there a scenario in your head as you work out the playoffs for this upcoming season that the West gets more than one team in? Does anybody, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, sniff the playoffs this year, or is it just Kansas City and nobody else out of that division?
I don't know about, to win this division, I think it's still firmly the Chiefs division. That said, I mean, taking a flyer on the Denver Broncos maybe to make the playoffs as kind of a wild card. Look, I've been very happy with what I've seen out of Bo Nix, and I think they are as well. All of a sudden, that's a pretty decent offensive line. They've got some young kids that could play the receiver role. Defensively, they're always, maybe not last year, but, over the last 5 or so years, at times they've had a solid defense. I like Sean Payton. Maybe they have a quarterback there all of a sudden. I'm kind of more interested in them than maybe any other team in this division. Chiefs, that's too low, or Chargers, too low of a price. They have some real questions on offense. I mean, where are the weapons on that offense? I'm not really sure. The Chiefs, this is a good price. Maybe you take a shot with Denver to maybe sneak in the playoffs.
Jeff, looking at the North, great division. I don't hate getting Baltimore, a great regular season team, at plus money here. The Bengals right behind them. And then you got the Browns and the Steelers. And the Steelers are probably I don't know how to word this, at plus 750. That's got to be like the best number for a fourth place team in that division, just to kind of show you how tough this division is. But do you go Baltimore there, or do you like a healthy Burrow and the Bengals to win this, or do you kind of go wild card with Browns or Steelers?
Yeah, I think for me it's pretty simple. It comes down to the Ravens or the Bengals, and I think if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, I think that the Ravens probably got slightly better on offense. I mean, look, I know Derrick Henry's getting older, but adding him is a nice person to have in the backfield. I mean, how many years did they have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards and that kind of group? Keaton Mitchell, as you know, I mean, he's a guy that kind of gives you kind of an exciting young player. They added Roger Rosegarden at right tackle. I think that offensive line is strong. That offense will be good. And we know how good they are on defense with Marlon Humphrey and Kyle Hamilton and that group in the secondary, good front seven. I still think it's the Ravens group to lose. Here's my issue with the Bengals. Okay, and they're behind the 8 ball always early because Joe Burrow is a historically bad clip in the first 3 weeks of the season. I forget the numbers, but it's like insane how bad he is. He's either getting injured or he's just not very good. I will say, though, that offense with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Jermaine Burton, Mike Gesicki, and Burrow at the helm, they added Marius Mims to kind of strengthen that offensive line. I'm going to take a shot with the Bengals. I hope Joe Burrow's just not horrific and they're not 1-2 to start the season, but I like the Bengals a lot this year. Them and the Jets I really like in the NFC.
Good news if you're taking the Bengals, Jeff. How about this schedule to open up? They get the Patriots at home. That's a win, week 1. In Arrowhead, all right, I'll give you that. That's tough. Might drop that one. But then they get the Commanders at home. Then they play the Panthers. Out of there, and then they got the Ravens after that. Then they got the Giants after that. I mean, they are pretty much a lock to be
speculate what you would do.
Like 5-2 right now to start the season.
Remember too, the Chiefs have major issues right now at the receiver position. I don't know who their receiver is going to be. Hollywood Brown's injured. Rasheed Rice is dealing with off the field stuff. Their starting receiver might be Xavier Worthy, who's a rookie. I got to tell you, Cliff, I don't think there's any reason. I think they really could start 5-0, and I think anything worse than 4-1 would be a major disappointment, regardless of how poor he is in the first 3 or 4 games of the season.
We'll kind of speed our way through the rest of these AFC South. I'm gonna get a little crazy, Jeff. How about Anthony Richardson comes back strong and the Colts win this division because the Texans aren't quite ready for primetime yet? What do you think?
I don't hate it. I actually like them week 1. I think they're in a really good spot against the Houston Texans at home in week 1 as a small dog. Whole world's going to bet Houston. I don't disagree with you. I like Mr. Steichen out there, the coach, a lot. He's a great offensive coordinator. And I like AR5 as well. Just needs to stay healthy. That's the big thing there. And I like their defense, kind of an undervalued group. I think it wouldn't be surprising me if Tennessee wins this division either. I think Will Levis is coming on. I think these are fair numbers, though. Each team should be an underdog. Houston, pride of favorites, $1.10, $1.15. That's where I'd have it.
Yeah, and I was off on the Jags. Thought they were going to take a step last year. They didn't. Maybe they. I like taking like guys in fantasy and teams overall, kind of post hype. I feel like we're in a post hype era with Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence right now. Don't hear a ton about them at all. So that is an interesting division. And finally, in the East, you go Buffalo or Miami, Jeff, or does Aaron Rodgers have some more magic left in him? I'm not a Jets believer. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't understand these numbers. I would make the Jets a favorite. I didn't get this. Look, at full health, there's no one on the planet that could tell me that the Jets on paper don't have the best roster going into the season. I don't know how the Bills are a favorite. I don't know why they're a favorite. What does this team have at the skill positions, though? I mean, you lose Stephon Diggs. You lose Gabe Davis recently. I don't know. I think the Jets are better defensively. They added Hassan Reddick. I'm believing they get that whole situation figured out. And the Dolphins suck defensively. I think the Jets should be a favorite. I bet them. I think that's a strong bet to win the division.
Fun bouncing around the divisions with Jeff Nadu. Before we let you go, Jeff, let's talk a little week 0. Not a ton here. Georgia Tech becoming a very popular dog, it sounds like, from everybody I talked to. But I'm intrigued by this Montana State-New Mexico game because an FCS team favored by now like 2 touchdowns. Bronco Mendenhall, we just talked to Emory Hunt from CBS Sports HQ, and I'm kind of on his point that Bronco Mendenhall is a very proud man. Is he going to let an FCS team come in his first game and beat them bad? He said, look, this might be New Mexico's best game of the year. They might want this one and get this one before they think about winning a conference game or anything. I think you said, too, that you were a little weary of putting that kind of number on an FCS team last week, right? So how about week 0? What you think, man?
I mean, last week we talked, this number was 8.
Yeah.
It's now approaching 14. Listen, here's if I'm Mendenhall, I would go into my locker room and say, listen, I mean, if we can't get up for this as 14-point dogs to an FCS team at home, look, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I agree. If it hits 14, I will bet New Mexico. Look, they're not going to have any atmosphere there in Albuquerque. But, yeah, I think this is crazy. Montana State's a good football team, but remember, they have their own issues. They went with a 2-quarterback system last year. One of them graduated. How does that kind of work? And you mentioned Georgia Tech being a trendy underdog. That is untrue. That is all sharp money. The whole world is on Florida State. The line's going the other way. I'll admit to you, I actually played Georgia Tech at 11. I wasn't in a rush to get this. I just wanted it above 10. I made this number 8. I think Georgia Tech and Haynes King have the better quarterback. I think offensively they're going to be just fine in this game. To me, I had Florida State being a little overvalued. I thought putting this number at 12, 13 to begin with was too high. Throw in the fact that weather could be an issue. I think this is like a 28, 20 type of game, something like that. This number seemed too high to me. I grabbed Georgia Tech. I also am getting close to laying it with SMU.
Jeff Nadu joining us week 0. Jeff, can't wait to break down week 1 with you next week. Anything else you want to plug? Anything to get out there?
We might need to do 2 segments next week.
No kidding, dude.
Very, very exciting time of the year. I'm happy we're back, and good luck to everybody.
Jeff, great talking with you. We'll do it again next week, man.
All right, Cliff. Bye.
That fires me up. Jeff Nadu. Chandler, I said segment 1, hour 1, that for the first time ever, I'm more excited about college football than the NFL.
Oh, wow.
And that might change, but that's how I feel right now. Talking NFL with Jeff got me a little jacked up.
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot of college football on Tuesdays with Coach Mack. You got the new college football game coming out. We talked about realignment, and then we realized with the realignment, there's new potential rivals, awesome matchups. So I don't blame you for being excited for college football, and it comes here earlier than NFL, but we'll get through that week 1. I mean, we have week 0 this weekend, but when we get through week 1 of college football, then we're looking forward to week 1 of NFL season. So
see you at Tiebreakers.
See you at Tiebreakers at 1 o'clock. So yeah, once we get through the week 1 of college football, then I think that's when the hype of NFL season really kind of ramps up.
Well, we'll talk NFL and college football when we return with Jim Szoke play-by-play voice for East Carolina football and part of the Panthers radio network. We got Jim when we return after this.
Burger Bar is the place to get it. Located just off of Greenville Boulevard and the Public Shopping Center and a short distance away from Downey-Ficklin Stadium, Bad Daddy's has a lineup of chef-inspired burgers, giant chop salads, the famous badass margarita, and a fabulous selection of local craft beers. Get started with Not Your Mama's Deviled Eggs or fried pickles before diving into one of their juicy burgers like the bacon cheeseburger on steroids. Or spice things up with the Heat Wave Burger. People have called their burgers totally insane, but they'll take that as a compliment. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Go Pirates!
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was super easy to work with when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit University Sportswear, ENC.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly. Are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. This season, Bud Light has a new limited edition purple and gold ECU bottle on sale now. Cheers to football fun at the tailgate and in the stadium this year. And remember, always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Wings Over has always been a great go-to for dinner or a late-night snack, and it still is. But did you know you don't have to wait for dinner to get Wings Over? That's right. Wings Over Greenville is now open for lunch 7 days a week. Get Wings Over for lunch and have it delivered right to the office. Wings Over also caters so everyone at work can enjoy. Wings Over Greenville has over 20 flavors to choose from, including the limited edition Cajun garlic flavor. Order today by going online at wingsover.com or by calling 758-9464. Wings Over, they deliver.
This is Ryan McChrystal, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to visit one of ECU graduate Brandon Tate's U.S. Cellular locations and experience the highest standard of customer service. The purpose of the Atlantic Wireless Store experience is to inform, illuminate, and inspire. Find the location near you at AtlanticWireless.com. Atlantic Wireless, we go beyond the call. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All right. I need my prayer buddies. We need a Pirate Radio prayer circle. Earlier today, I talked to Jim Szoke. We recorded it via video. We have the audio as well, and we are going to attempt to play it flawlessly here on Pirate Radio Live. Jim Szoke, football voice of the Pirates, also part of the Panthers radio network. And here is my conversation from a couple hours ago with Jim Szoke. All right, Jim Szoke joins us today on Pirate Radio Live to talk some Pirates and some Panthers. Jim, we appreciate your time. How you doing?
Clip, good. Doing well. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir. Doing well. First of all, we kind of trade war stories around here of the teams we root for, and it wasn't a great year to be a Pirates and Commanders fan. Probably even worse if you were a Panthers and Pirates fan when it comes to struggling offenses. I do think that our buddy Patrick Mason from the Daily Reflector takes the cake. He covers ECU football. He's an alum from Iowa, so we got to watch that offense. Also a Bears fan, and we'll throw in he's a diehard White Sox fan. So tough year. We'll give Patrick Mason the award for toughest year to be a sports fan. But, Jim, had to be rough for you calling ECU games and also Panthers games. But the great thing about sports, you can turn it around in 1 year, and I know you're hopeful that the Panthers, but certainly the Pirates with their offensive overhaul can look a lot different than they did a year ago.
No doubt. And, at the core, we're all fans, right? So whether you're working the games or participating in the games, coaching the games, broadcasting the games, I mean, it really is, it's fun to win. And when it's not winning and it's not much offense to talk about, that just, makes it doubly bad, no doubt about it. So, yeah, definitely we've earned our stripes over the past year of fandom. So we're going to appreciate this year, as you said, whatever it is going to be better on both accounts, I think. But to your point, I think with the Pirates especially, they've done so much to address the offense, beginning with, John David Baker, then obviously the transfer portal, the quality of players that are back and healthy that'll be part of what's moving forward. That I think there's a lot of optimism that the defense will be as good as it was last year, and then that the offense will hold up its end of the bargain. And for the Panthers, just real quick on them, I think it's a process. I think similarly the defense is good, but it seems to be a little bit slower as far as, how they're going to go about, taking their time, maybe developing around Bryce Young, and that it can't be done in one season. But I'm really optimistic about the Pirates in particular this year.
Interesting that it's kind of the opposite of how it used to work out, right, Jim? You could really flip things around quick in the NFL. It's designed for the teams that were bad one year to be better the next. Now it's college football where you can do those overhauls overnight. But how about East Carolina specifically? They announced Jake Garcia is going to be the starting quarterback. Your thoughts on that, Jim? I was a little surprised just because Caden Hauser came in first, and we kind of thought he was going to get that shot to be the starter. But I think it says a lot about Jake Garcia that he was able to come in and win that job. Sounded like a very close job that Jake Garcia won.
Yeah, and of course you guys are out there for every bit of it, and I've been out there recently quite a bit too. We had the kickoff luncheon Monday, and Mike Houston said that he reached the same conclusion separately that John David Baker did. So they didn't collaborate on what their final thought was going to be. And it didn't sound like it was a huge separation. Obviously, I think they have high expectations that Caden's going to contribute and be a part of what they're doing this year too. So it's good to have options. As we know, you want to have depth at every position. Quarterback's the most important position. So it's nice to have some options, and we'll see how both of them do probably at some point this year. But I think with Jake too, he brings some mobility, certainly brings some swagger. Didn't play at Missouri, but at Miami, he had some playing time down there. So he's a veteran from that standpoint. And then when Caden Hauser sees the field, you got a guy that started 7 games last year at Michigan State. So I think there's a lot of optimism about that role. And you guys chop it up every single day out there. I mean, that it wasn't just one position, but that was the biggest problem last year. And they've gone to really address that in a big way, I thought.
Yeah, another one was receivers, but it's a whole operation, as you know, Jim, from the O-line to the quarterback to the receivers, and just nothing really worked last year. Trying to fix that this offseason and coming up when they take on Norfolk State next Saturday. Jim, what do you think about your first trip through the American? And
as bad as East Carolina's record was, they were in a bunch of those games. If they could have got anything going offensively in the third, fourth quarter of some of those games, they would have had more wins. So it feels like they're close. If you look at it, UTSA, Tulane, and certainly Memphis seem to be the popular picks this year. But again, just your thoughts on your first trip around the league and your take on the American this year.
Yeah, and the nice thing is we don't, as you know, have to face 3 of the top 4 teams as far as the predictions go. And predictions can be off, but just going into it, looks like those are some of the teams again this year. But I think for the American, I think you're right. I mean, if we had just an ordinary amount of offense, they would have won a lot more games. I mean, shoulda, coulda with Charlotte, certainly could have beat Tulsa at the end. Navy, if they had any points at all, that was basically a 3-0 game in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, just saying those 3, you're at 5 wins right there already. So, to me, I feel like they were very close in those games, and that's the difference of what this year should be versus last year and what it was. Is that they will be able to have some offense this year and be able to compete in that conference. And I know they're picked right towards the middle of the pack somewhat as far as, again, whatever it's worth for preseason. But I think, again, the margins are narrow, and they could get on a roll, get into conference play. They play, I think to me, really challenging out-of-conference schedule that'll set them up well for what they do in conference play. So they should hit the ground running once they get in there. But competitive, but to me, I think ECU is a team that should be in the top half of it this year, and it could have been at least middle of the pack last year.
Yeah, obviously there are some fans that want to see a bigger name on the schedule, but for what ECU has now and for the new rules and the new playoff format, this schedule sets up pretty good. You're playing almost playoff games in September against Liberty, against Appalachian State, against UTSA, who is in your league. And all those teams, by the way, Jim, are receiving votes in the preseason top 25, which doesn't mean much, but like you said, it's a challenging schedule. And just the excitement factor now that, one of the Liberties or App States or ECUs of the world is going to be in the playoffs. So everybody right now is thinking, why not us? You'll get a chance to go out and prove it on the field.
Yeah, that group of 5 is a whole different thing now with the expanded playoffs. So I think, Liberty and App State certainly feel coming into the season that they're going to challenge for postseason like that. And, look at last year, that game East Carolina had against App State in the third quarter, and with the lead there, it became a shootout. But now they maybe have the weapons to match a team when those games happen. And you guys are kind of used to that. It was kind of the opposite last year of it being, low-scoring games. There's a history of there being some real shootouts. And I think this year the weapons will be there for the Pirates to be able to get to that level and be able to put some points on the board when needed in a game that gets high scoring like that. But I do like it. I think that stretch of a couple of games there and going on the road to Old Dominion. I mean, there's a lot of really challenging games that'll set them up well for conference play.
Jim Szoke joining us. Talked to your home broadcast running mate, Kevin Monroe, last week. Planning to talk to Andrew Bays soon. Is Andrew back on the call again this year?
He is. It's been very similar to last year with Kevin on the home games and Andrew for the road games. So I think those are set. And we'll have Macy O'Donnell on the sideline again this year.
Fantastic. So good Pirate flavor there with Jim Szoke on the call. Jim, while we got you here, we'll talk a little Panthers. For my Panthers buddies out there, will they get to see Bryce Young this preseason?
That's been the thing that's coming down to the wire as far as decision-making goes. And as long as they have, I think, the group around him, if they can go out in groups and go out, they'll play a series or 2 in this last game against Buffalo on the road. I think what they don't want to do is a patchwork of starters and non-starters. So I think that's the goal. So as long as they get a good, favorable, healthy report out of what came out of practice today, I think there's been a leaning in that direction, that's the direction they want to go, is to get them with a new coach in Dave Canales, just going through all that stuff. That is it be gained a lot as far as a series or 2 of football? Probably not so much as just going through the whole process of a new coach, hearing everybody through the headsets, all that kind of thing that you take for granted. You don't want to be tripping over yourself in the first game and feeling out of sorts. So I think that's the goal, and hopefully they're healthy enough to do that.
Jim Szoke joining us. Jim, kind of sounds like you think it's a work in progress right now. First-year head coach, second-year quarterback, still a little bit of a ways to go for Carolina. We've talked about how ECU could improve this year with some new additions, new offense, things like that. What can you tell the Panthers fans to say, hey, they'll be better at this coming up in 2024? What kind of improvements do you think we'll see from Carolina?
Well, I think, for the Panthers, it's very similar to ECU. When you've got good defense, that'll keep you in a lot of games.
Yeah.
You keep the score tight. And I think this defense, again, and Adro Rivera is one of the great defensive coordinators in this league. They just need to get more takeaways. I mean, they have to kind of do a little bit more than expected. Last year it wasn't takeaways and sacks, but they kept the yardage down. I think this year they're going to have to get more sacks and more takeaways, and they know that. And then offensively, I think they addressed the biggest issue, which was the offensive line, especially the interior. So when they brought in Damian Lewis, and in particular Robert Hunt, Austin Corbett at center, that core in the middle of the offensive line will not only help the team overall, but also help the two tackles with Ike Ekwonu, the former NC State tackle, of course, and Taylor Moton. With that line last year, they couldn't really function offensively. So went out and got, obviously, Xavier Legette from South Carolina, their first-round pick, Deontay Johnson from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think the weapons will be better, but it all begins with that offensive line setting up success for the rest of the offense.
Jim, I always admired the Gene Deckerhoffs of the world, the West Durham, Dan Horde, our buddy from Cincinnati, and now yourself. How did you handle the travel, the wear and tear from last year, and are you prepared to go through that again this year?
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting ones again this year, but I do plan on doing all 12 Pirate games like I did last year. And it's, because of the distance, it's 4 hours, as anyone knows, driving between Charlotte and Greenville, essentially. It's kind of that in between of, could you fly in or fly out? And it's just as far as that goes. There were some games I caught them on the road. The easiest one, of course, is a road game in Charlotte, so that helps me. That's one out of 12 that'll be really easy to get to. But the most challenging stretch will come in November. We have the two Thursday games, of course, with the Pirates. And in between the two Thursday games is the Panthers game in Munich. So it'll be Greenville, Munich, and then Tulsa, all within an 8-day period there. So that'll be challenging, but it'll get done. The nice thing about that is once I get through it, I'll enjoy it. But the physical standpoint is once I get through that second Thursday game, there's no games that weekend because both of my teams will have played at that point. So I could just collapse for like 3 days.
Go into hibernation for a while. Jim Szoke joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Jim, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll try to catch up with you again later on this season. But have a great call, both here in Greenville and Charlotte as well. And we appreciate you joining us today, man.
Anytime. Thank you, Clip.
There is Jim Szoke joining us on Pirate Radio Live. And good to have Jim. I always thought that when I was listening to Mick Mixon, Eugene, and Jim Szoke that he was there. He was almost like the Dennis Miller to me. He was kind of comic relief. He'd throw in some football stuff, obviously, but he would have a joke or two or a reference and goes about it a different way. So I like his unique style on the air.
Yeah. Every time I hear his voice, it takes me back to listening to the pregame show for Panthers Radio Network, and this was recorded earlier today, so I'm assuming you guys did not talk about the signing of the King of Pop. Panthers signed Michael Jackson.
That was a
Seattle Seahawks
receiver for the Ravens, Browns and Ravens, when I was a kid, named Michael Jackson, and Chris Berman, when he caught a pass, would... Pass called by Michael Jackson. He used to love that on primetime. Jamie, I had this exact same thought. He said, I bet nowhere else in the world is anyone flying from Greenville to Munich to Tulsa. It's an interesting travel plan there, and that will be Jim Szoke's travel plan later on this fall. Let's take a break. We'll wrap up hour number 2 with our Fleet Feet rundown. A lot going on at Fleet Feet that Chon Mon will tell you about. And I think I'm going to trade this hat in for a hard hat, if you know what I mean. We'll do that when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Coach Hud, Caden Norman joining us hour 3. More to go after this.
Are you tired of the same old fast food routine? Shake things up for lunch and dinner at Clean Eats Cafe. We've cracked the code to make healthy dining tasty and affordable. Whether it's a power lunch or a family dinner, we've got you covered. Sit down in our cafe for a brainstorming session or catch up with friends. Even stop in after a workout for protein smoothies or a protein iced coffee. Our atmosphere is welcoming and our food is fresh. All for about the same price as fast food. It's time to ditch the drive-thru and feast on flavor at Clean Eats Cafe, Red Banks Road in Arlington Village.
Did you know that GUC's utility rates are not only low in the region, but also the state? That's right. When you combine the average electric, water, wastewater, and natural gas into one bill, only people in 2 of the 15 largest cities pay less than GUC customers. Only 2. Low rates and high reliability. Working in the best interest of the community rather than shareholders. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
Country music star Sarah Evans will be coming to the Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on September 14th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets to see Sarah Evans on September 14th at WeldonMillsTheater.com.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive, and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. This month, Doug Henry is giving away ECU football tickets. Stop in and register to win and purchase the vehicle of your dreams. Doug Henry of Greenville, right on the price, right on the corner. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks has activated the North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Plan. With over 40 parks to visit in the state, we want to hear from you. Selected residents may receive a North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Plan survey through the United States Postal Service. Please take the time to complete the survey to help outdoor recreation from the mountains to the sea. For more information, visit ncparks.gov/outdoors.
It's bow time. When you combine the bold taste of a Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, you get Bo's Bird Dog. In fact, you can grab 2 of them for $5, available for a limited time only. It's bow time. It's bow time. When you combine the bold taste of a Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, you get Bo's Bird Dog. In fact, you can grab 2 of them for $5, available for a limited time only. It's bow time.
This is a great time to shop Russell's in downtown Washington. Hi, it's Rhonda, and we have a lot going on at the store. All of our women's summer merchandise is now 75% off, and all of our summer men's apparel is reduced 50%. This is a great time to save big and get a preview of fall. Selection and sizes are still good. Football season is fast approaching, and we want to be your clothing source for game day. So keep us in mind, where it's all about you, our pirate-loving friends at Russell's in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
It's not the amount of power. Ooh! It's the size of our tower. Pirate Radio. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the locals go for Mexican food and fun. You can grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the Gulf of Mexico every Tuesday, which is a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $8.99. On Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are only $2.99. On Thursdays, it's half-price house margaritas. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. And are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. This season, Bud Light has a new limited edition purple and gold ECU bottle on sale now. Cheers to football fun at the tailgate and in the stadium this year. And remember, always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Football heavy show today, and that continues in hour number 3 of our program. Coach Greg Hudson will be a part of that, and he's joining us here to get a little taste here at the end of hour 2. What's up, Coach Hud?
Hi.
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 Hi. Hi. All right, Shirley, I think Chandler's got some instructions for you as we open up our Fleet Feet rundown today. John, we are getting close.
We are getting very close, and I need Shirley to do something for me.
What's that?
And I need her to back that fat truck up. Back it up, because we are constructing our way to game day, and we are only 9 days away. 9 days away, and Coach Hud, you can get one of those hats. I'll get one as well.
Can you cover that pretty head of yours, Coach Hud?
Put it on top of the speaker.
There you go.
9 days away until ECU versus Norfolk State.
Wait. Or like the kids would
And that means that there's only 7 days away, 1 week away until the party of the year, the Pirate Radio kickoff party. We had Jerry Coyle, we had Mark Pascal on earlier in the program. They will be there, should have been Cowboys. Blake Prohl will be there as well, former American Idol contestant, top 12 American Idol contestant. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next Thursday, August 29th, you can still get your tickets at pr927fm.com. 7 days away from the party, 9 days away until game day, ECU versus Norfolk State. All of that on the David Price Construction countdown to kickoff.
All right, John, we are getting very close, excited about next Thursday. I'll be there. John will be there. Zach will be there. Shirley will be there. Greg Hudson will not be there.
When is it?
Next Thursday, a week from today.
You'll be in College Station.
Yes.
Getting ready for A&M and Notre Dame. Big one to
Are you
kick
going
off
to be
the
the
season.
guest picker on game day?
No.
By the way, John. Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? Let's get a little headphone action going. How about now?
That's better.
Sound a little better?
Yeah.
John, you said that Lee Corso is still going to be a part of College Game Day.
He's back at like 88 years old, I think, 89. He will be on the panel for College Game Day, which seems to be expanding. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger because Nick Saban will be on there.
Oh, yeah.
Pat McAfee's back. Lee Corso's back.
He doesn't sit there as much.
Yeah.
I think they kind of wait for him to go on towards the end for the helmet pick.
His pencil talks.
And he deserves to go out the way he wants to.
He's the guy.
It's tough to watch at times.
He's the Johnny Carson of that, there's no doubt.
Here's a Did You See for our Fleet Feet rundown. Kirk Ferentz suspended for a recruiting violation, suspended for the season opener. He tried to get a quarterback.
Kid from Wisconsin.
Cade McNamara. It said the player was not identified, but sources said it was Cade McNamara. See, here's what happened when they try to add offense to their team. They get suspended. they tried to add some offense, some help.
Who cares about a guy that's going to hand off?
Exactly.
Throw the play action post.
He's a great hander offer.
Flat.
Ferentz, the longest tenured college football coach. He's been there since 1999.
Wow.
Yeah. And, will not be coaching their season opener, apparently. Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update presented by The Buck.
The Buck.
Gavin Williams got the start for Cleveland today. Did what a lot of pitchers have done this year. Gave up a home run to Aaron Judge. Yankees beat the Guardians 6-0. That final. Washington, a winner over Colorado, Sean.
Let's go Nats.
8-3. It was the Cardinals 3, Brewers 0. Alec Burley, son, good game. 2 for 3 with a run scored. Burley hitting 278 on the year, also walked twice, so a very productive day at the plate for Alec Burleson. There's some scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by The Buck.
The Buck.
Anything else? Any Did You Sees before we take a break? Yesterday's Did You See segment was great. Everybody chimed in.
Did you see Joey Votto announced his retirement?
I did.
You did?
Just 1 week after I got a card with his baseball bat on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's related, but
he just done something with the AAA Toronto team.
So is he?
He was playing,
retiring So is he active right now?
He was playing AAA baseball.
Okay.
I think for Toronto's.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he did announce his retirement. How do you look as a Red? Is he like an all-time Red? He's got to be.
I mean, he's got to run statistically for about a 5-7 year period where he was just the best here in baseball.
Coach Hud was correct. He appeared in 15 games for the Buffalo Bisons, and then on August 21st officially announced his retirement. Any other did you sees?
I do have a did you see. Did you see that the Pirate Radio Game Day Run is back? The Pirate Radio Game Day Run will be taking place Saturday, September 28th, which is the game day of the UTSA game. The start of that is at 7:30. You can be a sponsor of this race, and if you do become a sponsor, you get 2 race entries, a logo on the T-shirt. By the way, the deadline for art is at September 12th. You'll get radio mentions. You can sign up today. A race and a T-shirt for $10, or if you just want to race, it would be $5. Go to runsignup.com to sign up for the game day run for Pirate Radio, and it's presented by Fleet Feet. And coming up next weekend for Labor Day weekend, Fleet Feet is having a sale. You'll have select shoes, select apparel, 20 to 60% off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
What?
So go by Fleet Feet and take advantage of that sale. You can probably get some good deals over at Fleet Feet. So go by next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, for their Labor Day weekend sale. And also the game day run coming up September 28th, starting at 7:30.
Zach, you look like you have one.
I was going to say, did you see we picked up a new offensive lineman?
Let me ask you a question. What's his name? I can't hear you.
Did you say Panda?
Hello?
Let me ask you a question, Zach.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Panda Askew.
Thank you. Panda Askew, former D.H. Conley Viking.
And former 49er.
It's been in the works for a while,
What do you
but
mean,
like
picked him up?
he just became.
He was added last night to the roster.
Oh, just became eligible or something?
I don't
Gotta
know.
wait till school
Transfer
started.
went through.
First day
Maybe.
of class.
Yeah.
He was added to the roster, and then last week, Mike Houston, as we were at practice, introduced us to the new Australian punter that we have, 19-year-old Thomas, and it's a weird last name. But if you actually go to ECU Football on social media, Luke Larson, who is also an Aussie, was talking to him while he was mic'd up. So a couple of new Pirates as we get started for the 2024 season.
Did you see episode 2 of the Greg Hudson show is dropping? No, but it's on my phone, but y'all can't see it yet.
Yeah, but you can see it Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. So I got we got an advanced edition. Special guest CJ Wilson.
He was great. I mean, it was really good.
I saw him in studio yesterday. I forgot how big he is.
That's a big dude.
Good God.
He will be on the sidelines coming up Friday night with North Pitt.
And there's going to be an eclipse of the sun. He is a big, big boy, and he is a hell of a person.
Awesome guy.
He was very, very open with us on the journey and the post-playing career, and he was transparent. It would really be a good listen for some people.
I heard Ellerby say that's one of the realest interviews he's ever done. So I'm looking forward to checking it out.
It was great.
All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. Hour 3. Coach Hud is here, planning to talk to Caden Norman. Week 0 on tap. Excited about the college football season. We'll talk about that and more with Coach Hud. Your Hoosier buddy already has a question in regarding Notre Dame and A&M. So we'll talk about that and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live.
Times you get off work, he's always a little early.
Back with you for Hour 3 after this.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown and Wood. We have the 2024 Encore GX at 0.9 for 36 months. You heard it right, 0.9. We also have the Envision and the Enclave at 0.9. For GMC, we have the 2024 Sierra at 1.9%, the Terrain at 0.9%, and the all-new Hummer EV 849 lease for 24 months. Brown and Wood, 89 years in business in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Are you ready, Pirate fans? Free Boot Friday is back. Downtown Greenville Partnership invites you to Freeboot Friday, the official pep rally for ECU football. Join fans for live music from Trainwreck, food trucks, beer garden, family activities, and so much more. The Freeboot Fun takes place from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. each Friday before ECU home football games at 5 Points Plaza. Visit downtowngreenville.com for more information, and as always, go Pirates.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in the NC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get bugged up.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. Our technicians stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is here to help with all of your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Facing electrical issues due to the elements? We're on it. Plumbing concerns or emergencies? We're ready to fix it. HVAC struggling to keep up? We'll bring the climate back under control. So go to callnublue.com today. Go Pirates.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
Do you know what today is? It's the $5.99 cheesesteak special day at Huckleburger. Bring the family to Huckleburger all day for one of the best delicious cheesesteaks at an unbelievable price, just $5.99. The Huckleburger cheesesteak special is good for dine-in or takeout in Greenville near Lowe's on Memorial Drive and off of 15th Street near the movie theater in Washington. Huckleburger, the fastest full-service restaurant in town. Huckleburger, delicious, fast, fresh, and friendly.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30 plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Golden Ticket Cinemas is Greenville's newest movie theater and is now open in the Greenville Grand location on Greenville Boulevard near the Cracker Barrel. Catch a movie on Greenville's largest screen in the Elite Theater or take advantage of great deals such as $5.50 Ticket Tuesdays. Get your movie tickets today at gtcinemas.com. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style at Golden Ticket Cinemas. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Coach Hud in studio today. We'll talk to him via phone or video next week, I guess.
That's right.
From College Station.
College Station.
And
where it was 100 degrees.
Lovely. Coach Hud going to be a part of our pregame show one way or the other, too. If he's in town, we'll get him in studio. If
Somehow.
not, we'll get you on the phone or video to talk about the college football landscape of the day. But, man, fired up. You kind of got a house divided game next week. Like, you're a Golden Domer. Your daughter is an Aggie, so You just going to enjoy the festivities, I guess, or
blood?
Okay, blood over gold.
Go Kayla.
What do you think about it? Well, Jamie asked a question about that game. Is Coach concerned about about Notre Dame with injuries? Underdog at A&M. Questions about the quarterback. Everything I've read lately is doom and gloom. Any questions about the Irish?
No. I mean, I know that left tackle got hurt, but the quarterback they should have a better year at quarterback. Their offensive line last year was freaky, but they'll be all right. It's what are they going to be on defense? How good are their linebackers? And they're going to get tested.
I would think A&M has the horses for Elko to go in and be good year one, but is it a wait and see, or do they expect, hey, let's go ahead and win now?
Yeah, everybody expects you to win now. Yeah, there's no rebuilds.
Yeah.
There's a readjust. So, I mean, they did a good job in the offseason and in the portal, and they feel good about where they're at. I just get secondhand stuff from Kayla. But, I can tell she's learning, and she knows where weaknesses are and stuff like that.
So her official title is?
Director of Recruiting Operations for football.
So Alabama just gave a huge contract to a GM. Did you see that?
Yes.
Now, does every school doesn't have a GM?
Yeah, basically. They may call it something different.
Right.
Assistant to the head coach.
So Kayla's somewhat of a...
No, she's...
I guess their GM is more about handling the NIL money and stuff.
No, he handles a little bit of that, but that's a separate entity too. I mean, there's somebody that's specifically handling NIL, one with the department and one with, the particular sport that they're in.
Yeah.
Which you would have in any regular old-timey job that I may have had. All coaches had duties outside of the position that they handled. You may have... you may be in charge of knowing one of the deans on campus. You may be in charge of one of the dorms on campus, making sure there's never an issue over there. You may be in charge of something at the facility, liaison to the equipment room, to the, all kinds of stuff.
I assumed you loved the practice, the defense, that stuff. But what was like your least favorite part of being a coach that you had to be involved in?
Staying at the dorm.
Like in what? Camp? Yeah.
I hated that.
But you did, that's... And we're digging in. We're part of the team.
And youth camps.
Oh, really?
Oh, another cash cows, but hated it.
Why? You hate kids?
No.
Greg Hudson hates kids. Put that headline out. Tweet it out.
I didn't enjoy the zoo animal that you had to deal with. That's called the quarterback's father. That is a zoo animal.
Ah, okay. Now, are you talking like kids camps or like the invite camps?
All of them.
All of the above across the board.
Yeah.
How about recruiting? Did you enjoy?
Used to love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like at younger, maybe the older you get.
Even until they changed it where you can do all the unlimited stuff on campus, and you completely took away, some great times in the industry when, June, the only thing that sucked about June was the camps. Now you work 30 straight days. You work every single day. I mean, every week, those weekends are gone, and it's all recruiting and working guys out. And it just used to be a hell of a month.
Every kid's different. Every kid has something different they want out of their college choice, whether it be, I want to be on TV every day. I want to get playing time. I want my mom and dad to be able to watch me play. Also, I feel like if I was a player, I would want the guy recruiting me, I would want to know about his playing days. So what percentage of recruits asked you about that, or would you tell about your past?
A lot. They would all ask about it.
Yeah. And you had a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, I mean, just tell them the truth. But, now you bring up a point where they're allocating, what they want. I want. A lot of that is irrelevant because what do you mean you want this? Because you're gonna leave in 7 months.
Well, and I didn't mean that as players. Coaches are.
But that's what's going on.
They're designing their sales pitch though around what the kids want too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you toss the salad to get it right and figure out what fits where and what the players. I mean, it was all about initially, your undergraduate study, your location, postgraduate opportunities, networking, just the being involved in tradition. I mean, there's a lot of variables. And, now it's going to be, well, how much are you going to pay me?
Right.
And that's the Power Four are dealing with that. Like they talked about at the luncheon, the amount of money they had with the group here, and which is great, But when you talk about where you want to be, there's individual players making that much.
I think Chandler said you were at that event sitting with was it Elijah Morris, ECU defensive tackle?
Yeah,
and y'all had some conversations.
Yeah,
he is a nice
guy.
dude.
Yeah.
And recruiting here, and again, everybody's different and has different wants, but like recruiting humble Eastern North Carolina kids like a CJ Wilson, like a Pierre Bell is different than recruiting maybe a Florida kid or a, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, we actually made a decision to retreat from regions of Florida. I mean, we didn't go past Orlando. We didn't go down to Orlando we went to Southwest Florida, I think, for one player.
Rick Smith had a lot of ties down there, right?
But that was Panhandle.
Okay, that's the different.
And
yeah, Florida's like 8 different,
and
regions,
South Georgia,
right?
which the Panhandle football is South Georgia, and then you go right across the border and you get Thomasville and Valdosta and Lowndes County and Colquitt County. Those are some of the best high school football in the country.
Well, I was going to say Chris Johnson was a previous.
He was Orlando,
but he was with Thompson. Brought him in.
Yes.
I want to say,
and he had a broken leg.
How about Rick Smith's favorite, Travis Williams? Was he?
I don't know where Travis is from.
He was a Florida
kid.
He was Florida. I don't remember what part.
Travis was,
and Travis Simmons was Tallahassee. So Travis Williams, I think, was a Thompson, but he was here early in your tenure. Travis Simmons, y'all recruited, I think. That was a Rick Smith guy.
Rick Smith.
From Tallahassee, I want to say.
Yeah.
And
good player.
He was a good player. Good guy.
But Crazy Travis was a good player, too.
That's who I was talking about.
I liked him. I tell you what, that was my son, Jack. That was his favorite guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Rick Smith or you or somebody said he had more parking tickets than I don't know. He kept y'all busy, I heard.
Man. He was beautiful. But, really, he's harmless. He just was having fun.
Yeah.
It was social hours. 23 hours of the day for him.
And who was?
I tell you what, he made a landmark play for us in our tenure. When we went on the road second year and beat Southern Miss on the road, he had that pick to end the game.
In the end zone?
That he threw into the stands.
Yeah.
We had 2 of those that year. Two balls into the stands off of turnovers.
I'm looking up. Oh, okay. Josh Hawkins is a North Carolina kid. Didn't know that. From Winston-Salem. I say kid. He's 31 years old now. Man, I'm old.
That's a kid.
Josh Hawkins. Rick Smith used to love to talk about Josh Hawkins.
Who was our other corner that was always a hustle from Manio?
Oh, Emmanuel Davis.
Oh,
one of the best corners we've had here in the modern era. He was great.
He was our boundary corner. He was our blitz guy too.
Pirate fans tuning in would be surprised if you don't keep up with the record books. Who's the last Pirate? When's the last time we had a punt return for a touchdown, Zach? You're a Pirate historian, youngster.
Jamal Harris.
Dwayne Harris?
Dwayne Harris.
I'm thinking
Dwayne would be a good guess, right?
Kickoff. I don't know about a punt, but if I had to guess, Tyler Snead.
Wait, did you guys have one you took back against Tech?
We have not had a punt return for a touchdown since.
You guys had a kickoff return against Tech that broke their back, but a punt
that
return?
was a punt block. Are you talking about recently?
We had punt blocks, yeah.
Travis Williams, the last Pirate to return a punt for a touchdown.
Is he really?
That's crazy. Dwayne Harris, as good as he was,
never did it.
And all those broken tackles and great returns, never had one for a touchdown.
That surprises me because the one that I remember was that there was a game where was it Jonathan Williams decleated a dude and
Kick
it freed
return.
up
That was
Dwayne?
a kick return. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
He
we've had some
absolutely
kick returns.
leveled that guy.
So we had the punt block.
Chandler,
So we had
there's
a
a.
punt block
Why
for a
don't you come in
touchdown.
here, dude? What are you doing?
That was
spot,
against
Virginia Tech. TJ Lee.
That's the go to Bakersfield, baby. That's where I got him.
Oh yeah, he's a California guy, right?
He's from Raleigh.
But
I just looked at the recruiting list and only recruited Southern California junior college kids that were east of the Mississippi.
And said, come on home.
And then I was like, I'm just going to look at Carolina and North and South Carolina and Virginia and Georgia kids.
TJ Lee. We'll always remember that name. What were you going to say, Sean?
No, she mentioned the Jonathan Williams return for a touchdown on the kickoff. Raheem Morgan decleated a guy in that, but Dwayne Harris took out 2 guys in one block.
Yeah, he dope. Yeah,
but Raheem Morgan, destroyed this guy on that return. It was during the break. I'll show Coach Hud how hard of a hit this was.
Who was the returner?
Jonathan Williams.
Yeah,
I've probably seen it.
Yeah,
it was it was post you and Skip.
Oh, that would have been 10 or 11.
It was first year of Ruff. But Travis Simmons, by the way, a Daytona Beach guy.
Okay. Spider.
And he's Tallahassee.
There you go. All right. Wait, Travis Williams, Daytona? Okay, you said that wrong.
Travis Simmons
Tallahassee.
is
Tallahassee.
Is Daytona Beach.
Tallahassee.
Travis Williams is Tallahassee.
Other way around.
Are you sure about that?
Other way around.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Travis Simmons, Tallahassee, Florida. Yeah, you had a
Godby
you got
High
it back.
School?
Oh.
What, Godby?
Godby High School.
Is that where he's from?
Godby.
Where's he from?
Let's see.
Florida A&M High School.
Florida A&M High School.
Yeah. But Rick Smith used
That's
to always
right down
talk
the
about
road.
Godby High School.
Right down
And
the road from it.
Coach Smith always talked about the Linville Joseph recruiting school.
Yes. Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
we're going to lose him. He don't want to play offensive line. I said, don't worry, he ain't. You just be quiet.
Big Linville back in the news, apparently.
Yes.
Going to be a Cowboy. Hate to see that, but good for
He's
him.
still playing, man.
Right on time. When's camp over?
Yeah, exactly. One preseason game
He's probably
left.
going now. Wait a second.
I feel like that's what he's done the past 2
When's your last
stops.
preseason game?
They've been waiting until after the 8th game, so you only got to do half the season.
He's got the job now where he's like the middle reliever or the where he just kind of comes in.
He
plays
doesn't
a
have
few
to go
snaps.
through camp.
He's the wolf from Pulp Fiction. Just comes in and cleans up some messes up front. He is a big human that, okay, you need me to come in, I'll play first down, 3rd and short, and you got to give me $2.8 million.
Super Bowl ring, and now
Guaranteed.
Now wanting another one, and could get one.
That was a good part of CJ's story. We went from 1A school, 2-star recruit, to sitting at a year, becoming defensive player of the year, 7th round pick, but then starting in a Super Bowl.
Awesome. What play do you think of when you hear C.J. Wilson, Chandler? I know the answer.
Oh, man. Gosh. C.J. Wilson? Oh, the block against Southern Miss.
The blocked extra point.
And the return for the touchdown.
And Jeff Charles had the call.
Yes.
He got so excited he said touchdown, but it was only a 2-point.
It was a 2-point, yeah. Dude. C.J. Wilson! There's twice that I have cried in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. It is after that block, 2-point conversion, whatever. And then when we won the CUSA championship in 2009.
What were you going to say, Coach, when I said play for C.J. Wilson? Oh, okay.
Southern Miss fails to get the lead. ECU can grab 2 points on this return, and nothing but green in front.
He was rumbling and stumbling.
C.J. Wilson has turned it around.
Oh, my God.
Brian Bailey.
Rocking.
Brian Bailey always talks about C.J. Wilson, the high school running back, and he finally got to show it at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium that day.
That was for the East Division championship.
Yeah, we had to win that game.
That was big. That was huge. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hang on a second. Let me see if this is Jeff's call.
Please.
Here's Ratman now for the extra point. Ball down.
Oh,
kick
it's
is up,
blocked.
Pirates block the extra point. Scramble on for the ball. Here's Carolina. He's come out with a football down the sideline.
No flags on the field.
C.J. Wilson has the ball to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He's in. Touchdown, Pirates. Oh, my goodness. C.J. Wilson, the play of a lifetime.
Oh, man.
Play of a lifetime.
God, that makes me want to cry right now.
Yeah, that was a good
Did you hear Marty Fuhr saying 2 points, 2 points, and Jeff so fired up, touchdown, Pirates! Shut up, Marty, a touchdown! Shirley, now we're going to have to play TJ Lee, block the punt. No flags on the field!
hang on. Let me
Kevin
get that
Monroe
for you.
yelling. Ah, man. That's good stuff right there.
That gets me every
We might need to
The
just...
TJ Lee one gets me every time.
We might need to have another Jeff Charles great calls show.
There was some excitement before that block punt. There was some communication in the headset to Vernon.
Y'all knew it was coming?
No, I was like, Vernon, block this punt. And it was about like that.
That game was awesome, man. That was some hard hitting going on in that Virginia Tech ECU game. And you guys were able to finally punch in a couple of scores and then
We
get
had
that block punt.
That whole 3-down package we had was new. Man, nobody ever seen us do that. It was a blast.
Y'all had a
Nick Johnson had the pick.
I
off of that.
and I thought he scored, and he was at the 1 yard line.
I'm glad he didn't score. We were exhausted.
Let's get a little bit of a break.
We needed a little timeout.
Yeah.
What year was that?
08.
It should be TJ Lee or ECU Virginia Tech.
But y'all had a.
I'll tell you what, let's take a break.
I think this is it.
All right, let's hear.
It's kind of hard for me to not be able to preview this.
All right.
There's a snap back. And it's blocked by the Pirates. It's picked up. T.J. Lee picks it up. It scores.
No flags.
Touchdown,
There's
Pirates.
no flags on the field.
T.J. Lee blocks the punt. 6 seconds to go.
Man.
Handoff right side. Brandon Simmons with the ball. Gets to the 22-yard line. It's over. The clock runs out. You can paint this one purple. The Pirates have pulled the upset.
Then we had to stop them.
Man, that was awesome. Let's take a break.
There was a dive after that victory.
A what?
I scaled the wall and dove into the stands. Landed on my family. Soaking wet.
Jamie says goosebumps happening right now.
In no way this body would get up that cement wall right now. I'd run.
I don't know, man. You get that adrenaline going, you might have one more in you.
Like a cat.
If A&M wins on a walk-off and you see your daughter in the...
We'll be on the field. I'll be good.
We'll take a break, come back. R.I.P. to the legend Jeff Charles. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
21 and older, please drink responsibly.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
There have been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Allen, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at PhelpsChevrolet.com.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar, and there's always something special happening at the Rick House. Join us for lunch. It's our 2 for $20 lunch special during the week, and it's the perfect spot for that lunch business meeting. The Rick House celebrates the last Thursday of every month with a special wine tasting, and our buffet brunch is to die for. Follow the Rick House on Facebook for the latest schedule. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
Yeah. Get your game faces on, Pirates. Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. It's time to blast the cannons in the stands and the fields, if you know what I mean. We're flying into dove season with shotguns galore and shells for days. Don't miss out on Beretta's $200 cash back on A400 Extreme Pluses and $75 back on A300 Ultimas. Tune in as we head into hunting season with the best deals around and the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Find out when the cannons explode.
Backed by popular demand, Jimmy John's invites you to get reacquainted with a couple of summertime classics. Dig into the Caesar chicken wrap with seasoned chicken, Parmesan cheese, lettuce, tomato, and Caesar dressing. Or turn up the heat with Jimmy John's Thai chicken wrap and top it off with their fabulous new fudge chocolate brownie. Don't forget Jimmy John's loyalty app with a free sandwich after your first visit. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Looking at the Nigel Bradham hit versus Miami. One of my favorite hits is Sean Taylor hit
on the punter?
On the Florida State receiver, where he spun him like a helicopter.
He's a lethal weapon.
Another RIP.
Another one that I think of when it comes to East Carolina football, God rest his soul, Derek Blacknall.
Yeah.
Tulane. They threw a screen out to a guy.
He whacked.
And Derek Blacknall just absolutely killed him.
We watched that one yesterday, Chandler, on the TV in there.
Wow.
I like this one, Hud. Sean Taylor coming in like a missile, spins PK Sam around like a helicopter. Wow!
That guy.
He was a bad dude, man.
That guy was a weapon.
Yeah. All right, talking big hits, talking football here. Kenny Curling says walking out of Charlotte after that game and looking at all those Virginia Tech fans with their heads down was priceless. He also said C.J. Wilson, running back at Northside. Yeah, did it all.
According to his bio, he was running back, fullback, receiver, tackle,
bus
defensive
driver,
tackle, bus driver, field painter.
Jamie said the last 5 minutes have got me jacked up for Pirate football. Sean's emotion, Coach Hud's excitement. Excitement time.
Y'all be on the road to Norfolk?
On the road to Norfolk. Norfolk playing Saturday night against Florida A&M in Atlanta. In prime time.
Aren't the Pirates on the road first game?
No, not in Norfolk. We ain't going to Norfolk State. We hadn't dropped that far, Coach. Dang. Calm down. Oh, we are going week 2 to Norfolk, to Old Dominion.
That's right.
Norfolk here, Norfolk there.
Johnny Stats has...
And you can go on the tour of the USS Wisconsin that's docked there.
Okay. There you go, Pirate fans. I'm sure a lot will be making that trip. Robert said it was hot that day in Charlotte.
It was.
Are you you were on the sideline?
I was soaked.
My parents were there, and they talked about. I remember they got back home and talking about the game. They were like, "We'll tell you one thing, it was hot."
It was hot as hell.
They talked about how hot it was.
Yeah, we were ready to go.
You remember
we were ready to go.
Do you remember 09, the season opener against App State?
Yeah.
How hot it was that day?
That was the one where fans were like,
there was like
out.
at least 300 fans that had to be attended to by medical services.
I'm glad it was hot. I think it gave us an advantage because
I think we've talked about this before.
It's not hot. It wasn't hot up where they were practicing.
Right.
And that game, when you mentioned West Virginia, the 08 game, that was the other thing. That hurricane had sort of flirted with the coast here, and it was brutal humid.
For West Virginia? Yeah.
It was
right.
They were like, man, we need a storm to delay this game.
So we've talked about hot games. Brian Bailey talks about how the fat in his face froze during one of the Liberty Bowls. I think Kentucky, maybe. I don't know if it was Kentucky or Arkansas. Arkansas. Was that, how about cold weather games, Coach? Did any stand out to you? That one? And you're in the Midwest. You played in. Yeah, right. Exactly.
So some of the guys were in the locker room before the game, in the coach's locker room, getting ready, and I put a pair of socks on. Then I used pre-wrap around my socks. Then I put a plastic bag over it. Then I put another pair of socks on.
Wow.
And some of the guys were like, "What are you doing?" Sort of giggling. About the middle of the second quarter, I was like, is anybody's feet sweating and as warm as mine are? Guys are dying, freezing.
Coach Hud, you got one of them plastic bags?
Like, nope.
Can you run the food line?
All out of pre-wrap, too.
I think talking to players in the past, they'd much rather play in extreme heat than extreme cold. Is that?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Although you're a Midwest guy, so.
Because it hurts in the cold.
And it hurts.
It hurts bad.
It's the ground. And
Sean, as a long snapper, would you rather snap in the heat or the cold?
In the heat.
The thing is, the field turf doesn't freeze. That's a bonus. The grass gets hard as a rock, and the old turf was like playing on this table anyhow. So it was brutal. We've had the coldest I've been was at Penn State one time. It was awful.
John, did you talk to Elijah at Media Day?
I did.
Charlie, do we have that? Can we hear Sean and Elijah Morris from Media Day? All right, you got it ready to go? All right, let's hear it right now.
We're here with Elijah Morris, who's, I feel like, been here 10 years. But he is a part of that position group that has a lot of veterans. You're one of them. And Elijah, how's camp been so far?
It's been great. Last great college camp. I can't complain, man. It's been a blessing. It's been a journey, and I really just can't wait till the season now. Put in a lot of hours and hard work during this last camp, but I know it's for the better. So,
I remember the COVID year. You as a freshman. I guess from then to now, how has your leadership role grown over the 5 years you've been here?
Oh, it's definitely grown exponentially, just from being a leader, looked at as a leader when I started as a freshman to now. Just being a leader of the overall team, like I said, it's been a journey, and I'm grateful to be in this leadership position, and I just want to help the team win some games this year. So
you've been here when y'all have won games, but obviously last year you guys struggled, only had 2 wins. I guess how have you seen the mentality of this team change from last year to this year?
I don't know. It seems hungry, like for me at least. And a lot of the older guys, the guys going into the last year, it's like you're backed into a corner, and when you're in that corner, it's fight or flight. And I can't wait for the moment to come. So, and I know a lot of the new guys, the old guys like Tay and Sue and Chad going into our last year. We're coming for everything. So,
We'll keep this short because we are on a time crunch. But I guess, what is your message to Pirate Nation to let them know that East Carolina football is back and that you're all going to win some football games this year? What is your message to those fans?
We coming. That's all I can really say. We appreciate y'all's support, and we coming for everything. One last dance.
It's hard to think about Elijah Morris as that guy who went from who the hell is this guy to, walk on to scholarship, because he's been such an impactful player for so long now.
I remember the Navy game like it was yesterday in 2020 where there was nobody in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium and he forces a fumble. And I was watching this with some friends, and I was like, they're like, Chan, who was that? I'm like, I have no idea. I was like, I have no clue.
Didn't he have a weird number back then too?
No, he was not.
He's always been 90?
He's always been 90.
Okay.
But I was like, I have no idea who Morris is. And sure enough, we found out who he was, and he's been consistently a playmaker since 2020.
Did you talk to him a little bit the other day?
It was nice. Just randomly happened to be by him at the luncheon. It was a nice conversation.
You give him any pointers?
We did the...
He asked me one question, and I said, well, all I know is when the leader's up front, you got a chance to be really good. So you need to lead.
I did the thing. I did that thing where I looked at Elijah and I looked at Coach Hud and I looked at Elijah. I said, "Do you know who this is?" I said, "This guy used to coordinate some, if not the best defense in East Carolina history."
I'm putting a lot of pressure on this defensive line. I've said that
it's where it belongs.
They're not quite there yet, but they got a chance to be as good as yours D-lines. See, I know you're going to make that face.
But that was a different defense.
So you're going to have 6 of them drafted?
You didn't have 6 drafted.
Count them.
Linville was drafted.
Yeah, J. Ross.
Was he drafted?
Yes. CJ.
Was CJ drafted?
Khalif Mitchell.
Was he drafted?
Now, take one that got kicked to the curb, and we moved him to offense.
Oh, Willie Smith.
Who would have started.
Yeah,
except, Willie, you are C.J. Wilson's backup.
Honestly, should we do that? Our O-line struggled. Should we move one of these big boys over there?
Everybody that can't start over there should get at least take a peek.
Think so.
Everybody.
Take a peek.
Man, you turn nobody down for the line. Nobody. You turn nobody down for offense or defensive line. You got to find somebody a role in a home.
Good stuff. Let's take another break. We'll come back more with Coach Hud, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live, as we continue to creep closer to football. Get Hud's thoughts on Florida State, Georgia Tech.
Oh,
a lot of bettors interested in Georgia Tech plus the points.
On the cover?
Talk about that and more.
Of that group, how many guys signed an NFL contract?
All right, I know, Hud. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Even Scotty went as a free agent.
Back with you after this.
Party like a pirate Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring entertainment by Greenville's 90s country tribute band, Should Have Been Cowboys.
Don't rock the jukebox, I want to hear some Jones.
The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back at the State Theater in downtown Greenville, Thursday, August 29th, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh.
Rock the jukebox.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina, Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and a drink on the patio. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Stock up and save during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Summer Stockpile Warehouse Closeout. We're clearing out inventory, and that means some of our lowest prices of the season. Save store-wide. Plus, find a huge selection of furniture closeouts, clearance items, floor samples, and more. Slashed an additional 50 to 70% off. Save on tons of mattress closeouts and floor models, too. Plus 6 months financing during the Summer Stockpile Warehouse Closeout going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Your Wood Ducks hosted the Marva Shorebirds August 20th through the 25th. Join us for ECU Weekend. On Friday, the first 1,000 fans will receive a jersey lunchbox presented by Piggly Wiggly, where the first pitch is set for 7 p.m. And on Saturday, the first 1,000 fans will receive a black ECU and Wood Ducks jersey presented by Pepsi, and the first pitch is set for 5 p.m. Get your tickets at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. Come enjoy some Wood Ducks baseball out at historic Granger Stadium in Kinston all week long. Go Woodies!
Ahoy there, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express, your local tire and wheel shop in Greenville, offering affordable, easy payment options for easy ownership, savvy? Our customers love our treasure of tires and wheels, easy payment options, and customer care package, too. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
Pirate Radio.
It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. 5th Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room is your favorite place in downtown Greenville for lunch, dinner, or drinks with friends. 5th Street serves lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday, plus brunch starts at 10:30 on Saturdays and Sundays. Follow 5th Street on Instagram for the latest events and specials. 5th Street, right beside the State Theater in downtown Greenville. And the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in eastern North Carolina. They're open 7 days a week, and they open up at noon, and they have live music. And, of course, sports trivia on Monday. You can enjoy that with Clip Brock. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it's local acoustic night. Thursday, you can enjoy Singos starting at 8 o'clock, followed by karaoke. And then, ladies, you get in free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Coming up on Friday night, it is the Martin Terry Band performing. And then on Saturday, it's Aaron Ham and the Big River Band performing. And as always, you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook for the latest, and we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Saw Ellerby earlier today. Guess what he was wearing, Sean?
I think I saw.
An Alex Harper Snappa shirt. They are here.
Tank top?
It was not a tank.
Muscle tee?
It was a little toyed on him. But the Alex Harper Schnappa 49 jerseys are here, and you will get them however you're getting them very, very soon. And I'm ready to get my hands on one and put it over my body because they look really cool. And to see the Harper 49 at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium this year,
I'm going to be very proud to see that, and I have a feeling I'm going to see it.
I'm going to feel like one of the parents, Chandler. You know how parents in the stands will wear their kids' numbers and stuff? Yeah, that's going to be us this year.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We were in Rajay's family for a game or two.
We sure were. Ago. Yes, sir. And that was fun.
That was.
He'd make a good play. He'd make a good play, and we'd look up at his dad, and we'd say, that's our guy.
And Rajay would kind of look up at his family, and Chandler and I were a row or two in front of him, and we'd pretend he was looking at us.
Oh, my God.
That's my guy, nephew.
The beginning of the games?
Beginning, after a touchdown.
After a 3-yard first down gain.
I would come out of that tunnel here, and the Crabtrees and their posse, those guys are right there on the right, just screaming. Mm-hmm. I was waiting for somebody to start throwing things.
Jeff Sullivan, LLC, is back. I banned him from the show, but said he could return because he did say that Garcia would be named the starting quarterback. So Jeff is an insider. He says, Clip, you look good in purple. You need to wear a bra.
Oh.
Yeah. Would that help, you think?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Thank you, Daquan.
Need the man's ear?
Is that a real product or is that a Seinfeld thing?
Man,
it's a man's ear.
Man, it's the bro.
Jeff, do you have any more inside information for us, or are you just going to talk about my breasts?
I have no idea.
Okay. Let me know, Jeff.
I have no idea.
He is good looking.
Thank you, Coach Hud. I appreciate that, man.
Who were you talking about? In that,
he just said it to me right now.
That's probably me.
You were looking in the mirror? No, I know exactly. Oh, you know who he was talking about. Mm-hmm. Who were you talking about in that clip, Coach Hud?
When was it?
You said it on this show, but it was about a story probably 3, 4, 5 years ago now.
When you were at Florida State.
Nope. Purdue, when his son was playing football. I want to say.
I don't know.
Golly,
this guy is good looking.
I want to say you were coaching at Florida State, and this guy's son was playing for you guys.
I thought it was either Notre Dame or Purdue.
Huh.
It was.
He's a rock star, Coach Hud.
Bon Jovi?
Yes.
It was Bon Jovi.
Now tell us.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you run into him?
On the sideline.
At?
Notre Dame.
Okay.
At Notre Dame.
His son was playing.
Yeah.
He just walked on.
Oh. You've been so many places, Coach, I get them all mixed up.
Not that many.
No. But great universities.
Coach Hargraves has been to some places.
Yeah.
I think he's at 13 now.
Man.
The 13th stop.
Man, his son. Interception against us.
Yeah, that
bowl game.
That sucks because, like, his kid was in our backyard and then he left. And not that he even would have gone here. Maybe he would have, but ended up at Florida. And
we offered him when he was 4.
Ended his career picking off Shane Carden in the bowl game.
Yep.
To win the whatever the hell bowl.
Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
Presented by Ticketmaster.
Florida played in the Birmingham Bowl?
Yes. Against
us.
Carolina.
And I was there, and
was Muschamp the coach?
He had just gotten fired because they interviewed Jim McElwain the entire third quarter.
Yeah.
During the damn game.
So, you know.
The TV broadcast.
Oh, he was up in the box.
No, he was like via phone or some crap. He
had just taken a job?
No, I want to say he was at the game and they were interviewing him in the booth.
So.
But you know how you get starstruck by like a person? No. I was starstruck by, because you're Greg Hudson.
No.
John Bon Jovi starstruck.
Right, that's pretty good.
I was starstruck when the band was playing.
It's better at the Swamp.
Go Gator.
I've always heard it at 3:30 on CBS, and being there in Birmingham and hearing it, I thought,
I love the build up.
I'll send you down there.
No, he's got a job to do on Saturdays. We don't need to go nowhere.
Nobody does anything. Just do it via satellite. Just watch the stuff on TV like everybody else does and gives their opinion. Nobody watches film at a game. Because I want to know the guys that.
So you're telling me I can do my job from the couch? I'll do it. I'll do it.
The guys that are at the game and watch it Maybe this year I'll convert to where I'll start asking them questions.
Can we do?
What did you see on that play? What was the name of that play?
I hope you ain't asking me because that's not my job. I'm traffic control.
And all the guys see is, all they know is when a deep ball gets caught, they know to blame the DB. When a ball's dropped, they know to blame the receiver.
When all else fails, blame the coach.
Blame the coach.
Coach Hud, can you give us a very tentative schedule for your Saturdays this year? How many days you going to be at College Station?
I don't know. One for sure.
Let's look at their big ones. They got Missouri at home. They got LSU at home.
I will not be here.
Texas
I'll tell you when
home.
I won't be here. I'll be in South Bend on the last weekend in September. Is that the 28th?
Okay.
I heard you just talk about that home game that's here.
Who?
You guys were talking about that weekend.
28th, Louisville at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You'll be there. You going to Texas at Texas A&M to end the year?
No, because it's not at. That's in Dallas, isn't it?
Oh, is it a neutral site?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If it's at Jerryville, I mean that's over. Is that Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah.
Hell, man, flying will be crazy then.
Yeah. So you're going to South Bend at least once, College Station at least once. Any other stops? Any Tallahassee's?
I got to see my son coaching high school football.
Oh, okay.
In Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Well, like I said, we'll have you on one way or the other to talk football. And
I'll actually watch some film, put it that way, give you some perspective.
What's film? You mean like a movie? Like Golden Ticket Cinemas?
Game film.
I watch films.
NFL films.
You're
Steve
not
Sable.
evaluating if you can't use a regular remote and rewind it. If you're not rewinding it, you're not evaluating.
Do you still have I don't know. I guess you don't have a film room now.
But the equipment where you can just go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like fast.
You got that
motion.
stuff on your computer or something?
I've got my laptop, and then I have an accessible remote.
So you can.
I can watch it and laser point it. And
I like that.
we come in here and put a clinic on.
Yeah.
Was Huddle a thing when you were coaching?
Yes, it just started up. Yeah.
Huddle. Yeah.
When XO started, that's when it really changed because it went from. I mean, we were just putting stuff in manually after watching VHS tapes for hours, and you got to wait and get them cut up. And then, I mean, I even remember watching film when I was young on 16 millimeter, like you saw in Rudy.
And then you went
and
from.
That would put you to sleep because you'd be in assistant coach's office is this big, and there'd be 9 of you in there, and you're laying on the floor, and the AC's going about like 58, and that thing's going. And you're out.
Yeah. And then you went from that to watching film immediately after the game on the bus or whatever, right? On the plane.
Now you could, it's right on your lap. Like the guys have it down. The first half is downloaded by the time halftime's over.
Yeah.
I mean, even maybe before that.
All right, let's get our last break in. We'll come back, wrap it up with HUD. Make some week 0 picks, at least for Florida State, Georgia Tech. We'll see what kind of game HUD thinks it'll be. We'll let you know when we return after this.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Pestech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pestech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pestech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pestech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
This is your What's New update brought to you by Greenville Auto World. What's new? Greenville Auto World has new owners and is part of the DriveHereNow.com team of dealerships. New owner Tommy Cook and his team have 4 dealerships with a fully stocked inventory, over 200 SUVs, trucks, cars, and over 50 lenders, and has financing for anybody. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 at Bells Fork across from Speedway. Pirates supporting Pirates.
You want subs made with high-quality meats and cheeses? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want high-quality radio ideas? You go to me. Like this. I'm an astronaut on a mission to find water on the moon. But because I'm a genius, I realize that what humanity actually needs in space is high-quality meats and cheeses from Jersey Mike's. Now to figure out how to remove the helmet and eat the sub without my head exploding. Here goes nothing. Always high-quality meats and cheeses. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
This is Trey Hayes with Advanced Moving and Storage. Advanced Moving and Storage is here to help you have the best move ever. Advanced Moving and Storage is dedicated to making sure you get everything you need on your next move, no matter how large or small, whether you're local, in-state, or out-of-state. Our courteous and experienced personnel is ready to help. Call Advanced Moving and Storage today at 252-321-3200. If you want to remove stress from your next move, use the moving company the Pirates use. Advanced Moving and Storage.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
The Holton Ehler Show.
Bryant Packer, my former teammate and ECU legend, as a player trying to get to Omaha, now as a coach trying to get to Omaha. What do you think it is that isn't knocking down the door? Like, why don't you think it's happening? And then what do you think we have to do to knock down the door?
I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew, because I would bet all the money I have and will ever have that we do everything the right way. Like, we do everything better than everybody else in the country. Why has it not happened yet? Dude, I don't know. Coach Shee says it all the time. The man upstairs, there's a reason for it not happening. I don't know why. I know we want it more than anybody in the country, especially me.
The Holton Ehler Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio.
This is Alex Harper, the current long snapper of the East Carolina Pirates, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dow was down 177 points when it closed today at 40,712. The NASDAQ was down 299 points at 17,619. The S&P was down 50 at 5,570. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
Wrapping it up with Greg Hudson. John, what's the Georgia Tech for Florida State line?
11.5.
It's gone down, I believe.
Oh, 10.5,
like
Florida State?
10.5. Florida State. What do you think, Coach Hud? In Dublin.
I take Tech to cover.
Yeah. Too many points.
Give me the 11.
Should be a tight.
Are we going to be chopping?
Give me it where.
Florida State to win for Georgia Tech to cover?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Florida State to cover. More than 10.5 points.
Who's the quarterback?
For Florida State?
Jordan Travis.
DJ.
DJ
From Clemson to Oregon State to Tallahassee. Go with the gut. Georgia Tech plus the points.
Yeah.
Go with the gut.
I like the guy that's there now. I mean,
that's nuts.
He's the saving guy.
We'll have a lot more games to pick next week, so we'll talk to you via phone next Thursday on the show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
From College Station.
Oh, absolutely. Until we can get. When are we gonna get this thing hooked up?
I
just want to say that one time in my life. Via satellite.
And you'll have that long delay.
Live.
Coach Hud, how you doing?
Hold it. Via satellite. Hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry about the noise. We're under a construction zone here.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah. And just look.
That's right, Jeff.
Coach Hud, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Chon, see you Monday.
Where are you gonna be tomorrow?
It will be game week.
We're gonna do an East Carolina show, a football preview on tomorrow's show. Recorded interviews, media day, all that kind of good stuff. One last little break before the grind of the season.
You think the football players are grinding? We're grinding.
We're grinding, man.
I can't wait to see it.
when you show back up here, we're going to be just beaten down, sweating. It's going to be bad.
Zach, thank you.
Past 6 o'clock.
See you, buddy. It's 6:01.
Good to see you again, Spicoli. Dude, Mr. Hand.
We'll talk to you fine folks Monday. Great show coming up Friday for the crew. I am Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Be nice.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville.